Yes, Lewis. Hello, guys. How are you all doing? Hello, Ian. Welcome in, buddy. So, in case you've not seen title and thumbnail somehow, I'm going to be doing some Powerpack. I'm going to be doing some Powerpack. I have literally just bought it. I've seen a little bit of gameplay of it. I'm going to try and do them from the back of the grid with the slowest car, but I think for the first few, I'll probably have to set a lap time. But we can just judge based on practice times and that. And plus I've never driven those cars before, so I might not be up to speed straight away. So, hello Edmund. Hi, I think Powerpack is too hard for you. We'll see. We'll see. I'm probably gonna do 2 or 3 hours of this. I'm gonna skip through this dialogue because I don't need to see it. I kind of know what we're doing. So it's you know anything? No, that's literally all we can do. Right, so looks like we can do these races here. Hey up, Nate. So I'm probably gonna start with this one because I've actually not seen any gameplay of this. I've seen gameplay of this. I've seen a bit of gameplay of that. I think I've seen gameplay of that. I've seen gameplay of that, and I don't think I saw gameplay of that, but I've heard about it. This I've not actually seen, so I'm gonna start with this one. And obviously we're going via Bath. Oh, it says acceleration performance, and that's good. Okay, so apparently a Bath accelerates quicker than that, but I imagine outside Hampton probably has no top speed as well. Max power 6.4k RPM. If you notice where it says max power on that, it says 6.4k revs. That's probably whereabouts you want to rev the car up to, maybe slightly past it, because that tells you where that max power is for that certain amount of RPM. So with that information, I know to rev about 6.4, 6.5k RPM. Look how cool this body kit looks, by the way. Little what do you call it? Little boots open. That's so cool. Dad man warning chasing my girl to Catalunya. Mate, I'm honestly so happy about that. My first sector wasn't good though, unfortunately. I did lose at least half a temp in the first sector, but I was really happy with the second on my lap. Maybe we can watch it at the end. But anyway, evening Debo, evening Dingle, in case I've not seen you said you already. But yeah, let's just go straight into it. Let's not waste time. Let's flipping do this, boys. So I've not seen gameplay of this one before. Since it's Eiger Nordwand, I don't think the AI will be too hard because of the way you have to deal with the corners. You have to go like right around the outside to use the camber. I don't think the AI would be doing that. Well, let's judge it based on practice times. I do need to learn it. I do have chat at the top left, which I usually don't. Well, it looks like you've got chat for this stream, guys. I usually turn it off, but alright, so we've only got that. You can't go into detail settings, as you can see, so make sure you read the peak revs before. Oh no, we do not want to go do that. Make sure to read the peak power and RPM. Hello Flash. Good evening to you, and hello Jay. Good evening to you as well. Hey handsome. I'm not handsome. Don't know who you're talking to. So we need to rep it to about end of a bar. Good evening, Binut or Binut. Sorry, I still don't really know how to pronounce your name, if I'm honest. But yeah, let's just learn this car quickly. See whereabouts we need to ref this car. So 6.5-ish k revs. Yeah, I'll take about the end of the bar here. Beginning of the bollard, maybe? It's a bit too late. What, B-Nut or Benut? Benut? It's a better not, or be not. Oh dear, I'm so sorry, bro. Oh, I'm not concentrating. That's not ideal, chat. So this is what I mean, the AI probably doesn't get you outside here. We'll see what our lap times is. But thanks for 30 of you joining in already. I never saw more of people streaming. I believe Sammy Snake's doing the same thing actually. But anyway, thank you for joining, guys. How are you enjoying the Powerpack so far? I've literally just started. I have literally just started. This is the first race I'm doing, and I literally just bought it about 20 minutes ago. But the fact this is first, I think we can go from the back of the grid here. But we'll do one more lap. Or actually, I should probably learn where I'm braking first before I go into it, especially if I'm going from back. Because it won't be easy. It's been quiet on YouTube today. Usually it's quite quiet on Thursdays, I've noticed. Tuesday and Thursdays are quite quiet because, you know, I know Digit usually streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sometimes does Thursday instead. But yeah, I have noticed that. So maybe we'll stream those days. I don't know. I haven't done any this week because honestly, I just don't like the combos. So why would I do it if I'm not going to enjoy it? I'm not wasting my time doing something I'm not enjoying. But in case you don't know, there's a certain Twitter group that is showing the next couple of weeks of daily combos. So I believe 1 week is Grand Valley Reverse, another week is one of the Tokyo layouts, and I think there was another one. I don't remember what the other one was, but it's one of those like Hungarian sort of people websites. We'll do one more up, and then we'll go into the race from the back. I think we can do it from the back. Yeah, they baked super early there. Right, do not corner cut that. A little bit of cheating. Yeah, it will be early because it's Japan. I won't be able to watch it live, unfortunately. I'm going to have to catch up a bit. When does Nation start? Is that like 1 o'clock, I imagine? I may be able to watch that live. I might miss a bit of it, but I'll be able to watch Nations. At least some for Nations. Especially when it starts, of course. Right, a bit deep, but we should get a good exit here. There we go. We'll start with that. We're not going to do qualifying, we ain't need it, that's why. But yeah, I will not be able to watch Manny unfortunately, but I will catch up with it. I don't actually remember what the combos are for it. I think one of them was Yas Marina, and I think another race was... I don't remember anymore. Oh well. Should be interesting though, especially with the money points. I think Subaru's leading, and I imagine BMW's doing well as well. So be interesting. We're just gonna fast forward this. Right, press it once. There we go. I don't actually remember what lap time. I think I did the low 24th memory. What are they doing? Oh, okay. This could be quite difficult. Maybe I was doing 23s then. if we can't win from back, we'll just go again and set a lap time and go from the front. Unless I think it's doable from the back. Daytona out. It can't be oval. Surely not the oval. Surely it's a full circuit. There's no way they're doing Daytona oval. Not in a million years. That just doesn't sound right. Daytona Oval is one of the manual races. Are you sure that's just not the full circuit? Surely it's a full circuit. Can't be the Oval. Although we do have a DA of it. When do I want carried on Battlefield 6? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't honestly play it too much at the moment, but maybe in the future. Right, so we need to be. Well, no, we don't need to be. We need to. So Ferrari obviously is probably the guy to beat this race. See if we can do it from the back. 3 laps. Okay, that's not a long time to get to the front. We'll give it a go though. You could be my heavy gunner and you'll have a 10k day. Mate, honestly, I prefer just doing it the old-fashioned way. Well, no, not the old-fashioned way, but like, I prefer just shooting instead of like going in vehicles and that. I'll top play sometimes, then yeah, those 3 tracks and 1 drive manu each in the Grand Final. Oh, of course, because the Grand Final is like 4 races, isn't it? Wow, this above moves. Wow, good start. Keep it tight here. Yo Conster, yo Jag. Well, we can run support and yeah, I do tend to go support quite often. Should probably go around the outside now, think about it. But, yeah. It's not understeering, but it's alright. Oh, car whip on the inside. Beautiful move. Okay, do not touch the grass. They're braking super early there. We'll go for the exit. Never mind, because they went a lot slower than I thought they would there. Yeah, they must have upgraded brakes. There's no way they brake this well. There's no way. Nations is wandering cars at Spa, sprint followed by Gilles, Villeneuve, and Red Nürburgring 24 and 2019 cars. Yeah, I remember seeing that actually now. Ethan and Andy, nice to see you. Welcome in, buddy. We're just trying to go from the back here. In our Powerpack, this is literally my first race doing this. And I thought I'd try to do all of them from the back, just to, little wall ride, no one saw anything. Just to, you know, try and mix it up a bit. Since, you know, you will see everyone go from the front and that, and just racing from the front. We'll try and make it interesting, we'll try and race from the back if possible. I think some will be extremely difficult to do though. But we'll give it a go. If we fail our first time, we can always set that time after. I don't mind trying it from the back at first there. We'll give it a chance. Yeah, the AI takes that corner really slowly. Yeah, that Auto Bianchi, I think that is fast. Or is it a Panda? It's a Panda, isn't it? I'll find out after. Let the car body roll a bit. Oh, a bit understeery. Wow, yeah, right. You cannot hold the brakes in this car because it just won't turn if you hold the brakes. You have to let the car coast, basically. But it's fine, we're leading. Just don't crash and we should win. Yeah, terrible driving, but we are ahead. That is all that matters. I hate never going 24 for GTWS. Terrible. Yeah, it's awful for racing. You need to like really think about a strat for that race to make it a good race to watch. But yeah, last year was just crazy because people were catching up to people that hadn't pitted and they got penalties even though they're on like 6 seconds lap quicker. It was kind of a deserved penalty. He didn't leave him space in that, but like, it's just hard to set up a race on that track, but I wouldn't really bother doing that, at least for nations. For manufacturers, I can totally understand though, but for nations, it's very hard to make it work. We'll see 3 place just in case as well. But yeah, first race, easy win, of course. Yeah, that's the first one done. I believe there's 50 races. One of 50. Which one should we do next, guys? Up to you. Obviously between these, because that's all we can do at the moment. I've seen gameplay of that. I've seen gameplay of that. I've seen gameplay of that, I think. I've seen gameplay of that. I don't think I've seen gameplay of this. I might do this one next. What's this one as well? I've not seen gameplay of that one either. So we'll do this one. But let me know if there's any particular races you want to watch me do. And I'll do it, of course. But now I did not look at the peak power actually. Let me look on stream actually. 6.5k revs, okay. 4 laps. I don't think the AI is good on this track as well because of the way they do. Is there a way to turn that off, by the way? AI tends to take this corner here very slowly, so I think we'll gain a lot of time on AI here. So I think we can do this from the back potentially. But we'll give it a go first, and then we'll judge. Right, actually, give me a second, guys. Well, I'm back, sorry guys. I don't think I've ever driven this car before, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, it's a bit wheel spinny. Oh dear. 6.5k RPM, that's extremely early. It's a short shifter. It's a big short shifter. I'll do it to 7k, just to be safe. I might be 5th gear. Let's see how the AI does this corner now. Yeah, look how slowly they do. That's why I think we can do it from the back. I'm in the 1 gear. Oh, he rotates nicely in first, so that's good to remember. It might take me a few laps to get used to this car. It's very understeering. I don't really like how it drives, to be honest. Oh, the differential's crazy in this car. Crazy. But how's everyone's day gone so far, or evening, or whatever? Anything exciting happened to you guys today, or anything worth sharing, or just a normal day, work, or school, or university, or anything interesting happened? Breaking very early though. Just quite a day. Oh, I've had a donation. Oh my god, Depot, 10 quid. Yo, thank you, bro. I appreciate that so much. Damn, thank you so much. For the truck guys, appreciate your time. It must take time. I assume that must take time to make. Yeah, it takes me. I put a few hours into. I usually do about 2 hours of actually driving it, and it takes me about half an hour to record it, and then probably another half an hour to an hour of editing and rendering the video, etc. So thank you very much, mate. I'll keep on coming out, etc. But thank you so much. That's the first ever donation I've had, so I greatly appreciate it. And I'll keep on coming out, of course. Let's see the lap time here. Okay, yeah. I don't think we need to practice this anymore, but guys. Let's just see if it once Angel's done a lap, just see what sort of lap time he's doing. And then, unless he's within a second of us, then I might do a little bit more practice. But thank you so much, man. That's greatly appreciated, honestly. Oh, you know what? I can't be bothered waiting. We should be able to do it. Let me just... I did a 26-1. Okay, that's good to remember. Do you stop streaming so much? You're my favourite racer lately. Mate, it's my first stream in like 5 days, but hello. Thank you for joining in. How did I mention you? I'm just calling you ATK, if that's okay with you. But thank you for joining. Wow, the wind has changed completely. I've noticed that. Pleasure, mate. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Bear. Let's just fast forward this qualifying. See what lap time Angel does. I wish you could fast forward it quicker, but it's alright. Yeah, Angel's going purple, 26. Alright, it's not even that quick. Alright. Should easily have this then, I think. Because I think we did a 124, was it? Should be doable from the back. Actually, I think I forgot to set a thumbnail for this, so give me a second. Oh, hello. Give me a second, guys, sorry. There we go, we're back, sorry. I forgot to put thumbnail on this stream. I basically have to start the stream and then put the thumbnail on. I just forgot to do it. But we're back now. Normal day for you, Andy. It's good to hear. Normal days are good days, in my opinion. I like a nice, relaxing day. But anyway, let's do this. 4 laps, it should be easy to catch back up to the field, I would imagine. Well, I think that's the same wind to what practice was, so it should feel similar. If we could do like 10 races or so today, it'd be awesome. I don't want to spend too long on it because I want to try and make it last a while. I don't want to like just do everything in the first week or something. Cause that just doesn't sound enjoyable. That's more like it feels like more like grinding than actually enjoying content. So I'm probably gonna do like 2 hours of this, and then I might do the weekly events as well after some of these races. I might do like the first 6 and then do the weekly events after. See how it goes. But I'll probably do more Powerpack at some point in the weekend, and then those weekly events as well, and then we'll have hopefully good days next week and that. That's the plan anyway. Oh. I imagine this car's a supercharger because it's got so much power in the early revs, and you have to short shift it a ton. And superchargers tend to have good peak power in the early revs. Tend to, not always. Like 4GT for example doesn't, but I still got good power in the higher revs, even if you put a supercharger in it. Oh wow, we're 14 seconds off the leader. Okay, I don't think we can do it from the back. Didn't realise we were starting that far behind. Well, I'm going to need to concentrate. But the way AI takes some corners though, I don't think it's impossible. Okay. Right, we need to lock in. 4 seconds lap, don't think it's doable. But we'll give it a go. Beginning of a shadow here. Oh, yeah, it understeers as soon as you pick up the throttle in this car. We'll have to set a mid-lap, I think, if we want any chance to, you know, make it exciting. Maybe from 8th it's doable, but not from 16th. Which is unfortunate, but I mean, the intention of this is to actually set a laptop, not. Right, that is not how you do that corner, Callan. Yeah, look, we're 2 and a bit seconds that faster, but it's nowhere near. I'm going to finish the race though, just to see how close we are to at the end of the race. And then we can try the next race from 8th place. So I can try to set an 8th best lap time, but I'll be very hard to, you know, actually set because I'm clearly faster, but I'm gonna have to like manufacture a P8 somehow. Yo, Ski. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we've got a few seconds to Angel here. But obviously, not enough from the back. I don't think it's possible from... I think it's still possible from the back if you, like, do literally, like, world record pace every single lap. I think it's possible, but not for me. And probably not for many, if any. But I think it is technically possible, because I'm not driving well. Yeah, Rabula. Hope you're well, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. Alright, won't leave me space there. I think we're going to get second still. Stop to drop a like between races though, and have a lovely evening. You too, mate. Thank you for joining in. Thanks for the like, and have fun with your races. And good luck in them, of course. Hope it goes well. We're not going to get fourth or second, I don't think. Let's try to get a podium though. Yeah, look at the lines here I make. Of course that's 2 seconds off the pace, they're doing that. It's not enough for third unfortunately, but I'm going to go again anyway because I need to win. Oh well, so it's not possible from the back unless you drive perfectly. Which I'm not willing to grind for, because that will take me days and weeks, or maybe months. But we'll do it again. 50 people though, thank you so much. I was not expecting to get 50 people just for watching me do these races. Me struggling with AI, I'm done. Yeah, leave the stream, mate, leave the stream. Honestly. Washed gamer over here. Right, so let's try set a, what, a 130-ish? Hope you're well, Pierre. It's been a while, buff. I'm going to set a 130 at first, see where that puts us. I'm literally just gonna chill. I'm barely gonna be looking at the screen. We'll go chase cam as well, just to switch up a bit. Probably easier driving chase cam in this car, to be honest. Yeah, look at that engine at the back of the car, mate. Huge engine. Right, too much of an apex. Probably brake about here. Oh yeah, the wind. Right, don't want to brake that late with this wind. I forgot to look at the wind for qualifying, because it's completely different to the race. I think it's a complete opposite direction as well, and it's obviously faster as well, so... Big tailwind into the corkscrew there. I think that's called the corkscrew. I'm going to shift it as soon as I see the start of the left. Keep it fifth here though. Brake about here. I think that's actually okay, I just turned a bit late. Howdy Doc, how you doing? I hope you're doing well today. I'm gonna brake here now. Yeah, look how much better it is. That's a little bit early though. I'm good, Asteria. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. It's actually evening for me now though. I know it's afternoon for you though. So I hope you're having a good... I hope you've had a good morning and a good start to the afternoon. Well, I'm going to slow down now. Did you ever use chase cam? No. So we want to set about 130, I think. Let's see where that puts us. They're from QA. Yo! Hello, Gon. Or Nom. I'm going to call you Nom, it's easier. How you doing? Thanks for joining. From QA, that's crazy. It's really warm though, isn't it? Where are we? I might need to improve a little bit actually. Yeah, I'm going to improve a bit. We'll do a 129. Hello, Ralph. Happy to chat you on live. I'm happy to chat to anyone, so thank you for joining in, mate. I might purchase this, seems fun. This is my second race I'm doing. I'm trying to start from the back, but this one's impossible to do full back, so I'm going to try to start like 8th area. And hope that's enough to make a challenge out of it, instead of just cruising from the front end, winning. But yeah, in case you don't know, at first when I played GT Sport, beginning of GT Sport, I used Fist View for probably up to about mid 2018. So for 2.5 years, I'd say I was using Hood View. And then after that, I've been on bumper view since basically. Every now and then I used to switch from bumper to hood cam, depending on the cars and that. But I'd say from 2019 onwards, I've been on bumper cam since. I have had breaks in between though, of course, but I've been on bumper cam for probably a good 6 years or so now. I'm going to try set a mid 29, I think. Hello Raf, welcome in buddy, I hope you're doing well. You've been using bump cam all your time GT. Yeah, I do think bump cam's the best, or chase cam. I do think chase cam's very good as well, because you can kind of see the car's behaviour as it's doing turning inputs and that, which you can't really feel or see from any other views. I can sort of feel it with my controller, but I can't like see what the car is wanting to do. I can only feel it with a bit with my R2 and L2 because of my adaptive triggers. But I don't like have vibration or anything, so I can't really tell if like I'm having too much understeer other than the sounds and well, just seeing me understeer, etc. I'm gonna start 7th, I think. Or should I start 8th? I think we could try 8th. So we didn't do good drive for first race. I think 8th is doable. Well, it gives me a general idea of where the car is on track, but bumper I can't tell really. Yeah, I mean, but I can sort of like I have a rough idea where the left and right side of my tyres are, but I can't really like. I can't exactly tell if I'm going to be like under gravel or grass, etc. Do I need to improve? I'll do a little improvement, just in case someone sets a bad time. Hopefully that should set us 8th. Ah, wait, this should be perfect. So you use that? Yeah, I use completely standard controller. Just adaptive triggers. That's well, it's a completely normal controller. Pretty not base, pretty default setup as well. It's just I've changed a few buttons here and there, just changed brake balances and that. It's just preferences, yeah, exactly. For me, I know from what I've heard from other control players in the past, they didn't use adaptive triggers, but I always have done on the PS5 because for me, I think you can be more precise with the R2 and L2 if you use adaptive triggers because you need to put a bit more force down into those buttons, or triggers, I should say. So you can be a bit more precise with how much throttle and braking input you want to do. I use joysticks. Yeah. I know people from past that used to use joysticks to accelerate and brake as well from past. That's another good way to drive as well. It's just for me, I played Gran Turismo 5, so like 15 years ago or so. I initially used X and square to start the game because I was a kid, so I didn't really know what I was doing. But like halfway through GT5, I used R2 and L2, and I've stuck with that ever since. And I've just got used to it by now, but I'm still learning, of course, because I still think I've got more time in it for me. Like I still think I'm not driving at my peak. Like for example, I know one of my weaknesses is braking for slow speed corners. I tend to hold the brakes too much as I start to turn into the slow corners. Instead of like trailing down to like 30-40% braking input, I trail down to about 60% and then I just go off it. So that way I'm putting a bit more load into my front tyres and overheating them slightly potentially compared to some other people. Like I noticed at Daytona, for example, my front left tyres tend to hurt more than my front right, even though your front right tyre should hurt more on that track because you've got more tyre killing corners doing the left corners, which will hurt your front right tyres in general. But for me, on that track, I hurt my front left a bit more because of the way I am releasing my brakes in some corners. So, for example, the second last corner, or the first right-hander in S2, I notice I hold the brakes for too long, which is why I'm overloading the weight. I'm overloading the front left tyre in the braking and turning zones for that corner, which is why I'm putting too much load into that tyre, and that's how I know how I'm killing my tyres on that track in particular because of that one corner. Let me just read some comments because I was busy talking. Do you really prefer controller? Well, I've not used wheel, so I can't say I prefer controller. I've used controller the whole time. Do you think you'll be fast on the wheel and pedals? Honestly, I don't think so because I've put so much time and effort with the controller that I wouldn't say I've perfected it, but like I feel like I'm close to the limit with it these days. With a wheel, could I maybe beat the pad pace? On some combos, probably, because the controller isn't good going over some bumps. So, for example, in Nordschleife, the controller's not really good on it because sometimes when you hit the bump, the car just stops steering. I don't know why it does that on the controller and it doesn't on the wheel. Maybe it's to stop. Only Polyphony knows the answer. I don't know why. I have an idea why. I got a wheel also, so I'll be learning that too. I won't use my pad skills, so I'll keep switching between two. Yeah, honestly, it's such an advantage being fast with both because you can always switch between doing one combo on the wheel, where it's clearly advantageous on the wheel. So, for example, high downforce cars, so like the lap time challenge, you've got the Group 1 at Spa. That will suit the wheel more because it's a high downforce car, and you need more fast steering input immediately, which you cannot do on a controller unless you were to use motion sensors. But for example, in like dynamic weather races, the controller tends to have an easier time picking up the throttle and catching the rear if you put a bit too much throttle input on exits of corners. That way, you might want to use a controller in wet weather races because it's easy to be consistent with it and you're able to catch the car sliding about much easier compared to a wheel, at least from what I've heard. Obviously, I can't say that because I've not used a wheel, but just from what I've been hearing from literally most people who have switched from control to wheel, they tend to agree that it's much easier to save the car with a controller, probably because it's got some sort of built-in assist to stop you losing control of the car. Flashing lights is definitely 5 HP. Yeah, those windscreen wipers, windscreen wipers gains you a lot of horsepower, so make sure to have your windscreen wiper button mapped. Very important to do that, of course. Major Churchill's on pad, 100% agree. One of the worst tracks, for sure. I've only ever used a hand controller. I always do it with a joystick and break it with R2. I've worn out quite a few controllers though. Yeah, this game does tend to use the controller a bit, but the more smooth you are, you tend to notice the controller does last for longer. YouTube viewer, thank you so much for 20 quid. Like, that is insane. Thank you so much. You don't have to do this, bro, but I appreciate it either way. Just a small token of thanks for your content and guidance. Keep it flat out. I will keep on coming, mate. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. 15 years, but your effort's very admirable. I've not played. It's obviously on and off for 15 years. I've not been playing since 2010 to now, but I'd say I've been playing for probably about 10 of those years. On and off, of course. On and off, of course. Sorry. Hello, Henry. Nice to see you in chat. And hello. I'm gonna call you Mick. Andrew's Mick. You know who you are. I'm just gonna call you Mick if that's okay with you. Edge controllers with GT7. I don't have a edge controller. I only have the default controller, and I am able to compete with. I wouldn't say I'm a top split driver, but I'd say I'd be able to compete around the third split in a GTWS season on a controller. So you can definitely compete with it. I do think the wheel is slightly better just because you're able to control your turning inputs and braking inputs more. But you can definitely compete with a normal controller, at least on most tracks. Some tracks will be difficult to compete on the controller just because of the way Polyphony has made the control on this game. But anyway, I'm going to go into a race now because I've been doing nothing for the last 10 minutes or so. But that's just my thoughts on it basically. I tried to do edge controller. It has the same restrictions like the normal pad. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you, Edmund. I think Damien did try it at some point from memory, so I might have to ask Damien if he noticed the difference between it. But thank you so much, YouTube viewer. I greatly appreciate it. That means a lot to me. Don't feel like you have to donate either. And that goes to everyone as well. I do this just for fun, and I greatly appreciate donations, of course, but at the end of the day, I'm just here to provide the content and, you know, give you something to watch and enjoy, hopefully. That's all I want to do. I don't care about the numbers and that. At least not at the moment. I would like to try and do a bit of YouTube as I go on, of course, but I'm not looking to do YouTube just for the money and, you know, for the numbers and that. I just genuinely enjoy playing this game, so I feel like I might as well stream it and post some videos of it, because I like to try give guidance on how to improve on this game and that. So yeah, let me quickly read this, sorry. It's a season of goodwill and giving. £20 should buy you a slab of candy. Mate, plenty, honestly. But not these days. But thank you. Greatly appreciate it, of course. But yeah, like I was saying, I just do this for fun, and as long as you guys are enjoying what I'm producing, then that's all I can hope for, really. I will say as well, I am gonna start to make videos on like how I got up to speed with controller, for example, and some tips in terms of like tyre saving and fuel saving and brake balance and, you know, ABS and what settings you should use in that. And I'll also be going over like my controller settings and what I would recommend depending on what button layout you should use for certain like overtake button, brake balance changes, etc. Hello Joe King and hello Glenn. Legend from California. Sunny California, yeah, it's well sunny there. Hope you're having a good afternoon. I'm pretty sure it's afternoon there. It's probably like 3 o'clock there, I believe. So I hope you're having a good early afternoon there. Thanks for joining in, guys. So in case you don't know, I'm doing the Powerpack playthrough. I'm gonna try and stream every single race I do from it. I'm probably only gonna do this and stream it, just for something to do in case the daily races are not interesting for me. So, for example, daily races this week I don't find remotely interesting because, yes, I do love the Northside. I just can't stand driving Group 4 cars. I find them so boring to drive personally. Which is okay because I know some people absolutely love Group 4s. I just cannot find fun driving them though, unfortunately. Because for me, I don't enjoy driving a car where you can just go 100% fall or 100% brakes, 100% tuning inputs, and the car just, you know, reacts nicely to that. I like to have full control of my car and dictate and like manage pace and that. That's how I enjoy playing, because I like to try and race at my peak, and you know, that way, like Grid 3 for example, yes, some cars you probably can get away with going 100% throttle on some exits. For most cars, however, you have to be precise with your tuning inputs, your braking inputs, your throttle inputs. That way I can help make guides using those cars and those weekly combos. And then hopefully with that can help you improve on things to look out for, and you know, how to improve in general, how to pick up more pace, and you know, just how to improve on the game in general. Which is why I don't really enjoy Group 4. I enjoy road cars because, again, you have to be careful on throttle, especially, just because they tend to have power, and on sports tyres you can't get away going full throttle on exits, since the tyres won't be able to deal with the amount of power you're asking to give. So that way you have to moderate for throttle and braking, etc. Which is why I enjoy road cars as well. I enjoy high downforce cars as well because of that, but I don't think the controller you can maximise the pace on a high downforce combo compared to a wheel, for example, just because on controller, at least without the motion controller sense, you don't have quick enough tuning input. Even with max controller sensitivity, that's not enough to get the car to turn into the corner straight away. You have to like kind of wait for it to actually grip up in the corner. Which is why, for example, with Spa Grip 1 at the lap time challenge now, I'm 4-5 tenths off on that combo. Even though that lap felt like one of the best laps I ever did, I'm half a second off, just because for some corners I'm not able to turn in quick enough. Like P1 for example, you'll notice I won't be able to carry the same sort of apex speed compared to the top players like Wind and Benno, for example. I never in the Audi R18, which has high downforce, but like watch Mimi's lap for example, he's also in a Porsche, and he probably carried more speed in the P1 corner, so the double left-hander in the middle sector, compared to me. You can use the data logger for that as well. I did mess it up a bit on my lap, to be fair, but not much. Probably at absolute max a tenth, which would only put me down to like a 54.6, I think it was. Wind is a control player also. Yeah, no, Wind's a wheel user. He's on a, I think he's on a DD Pro, or he's on an Extreme or DD Pro. I want to say he's on a DD Pro from memory. There's not many controller players at the top though these days though, because most controller players move to wheel, just because the wheel is faster in general, and it's probably more fun to use as well, which is fair enough. I totally get that, of course. But yeah, we'll save the replay here, and that's the second race done. Okay, could have sworn when I watched him a couple of years ago he was a controller player. Must have been thinking. I think back in the day he was a controller player. A few years, like towards the end of GT Sport, I want to say he did start off on a controller from memory. I could be wrong on that though. I'm pretty sure I remember him saying to me that he did use a controller once. I might have to ask him on that actually. I'm pretty sure I did use controller at some point though. But yeah, like Lewis, for example, VQS Lewis used to play controller. Damien used to use controller. VQS Matthew, or I think he was in Primer actually, Primer Matthew, or VQS Matthew, I don't remember which team he's in anymore. He used to be a controller user. There used to be some rapid controller players. Dodge Lamb, of course, he's a controller user. I think he uses Real in practice to the World Tour events, but I think in terms of when he's actually doing like, you know, trying to qualify for this year's GTWS, I think he was still using controller in those races, probably just because he feels more comfortable with a controller. So you can definitely still compete with a controller. Saying that, I'm not gonna lie though, NA is definitely easier to qualify than EMEA. But that is my aim at the end of the day. All I want to try and do is qualify for controller. But honestly, I wouldn't say I've been try-hard in GTWS, at least in the main season. So like this year, for some races, I literally only did 15-20 minutes of practice and jumped in for half of them. If I was to compete in them, I would probably have to do a good at least hour and a bit of time trial and probably a couple race practice just to try and master my tyre saving and the pit strat. That way I don't want to overheat the tyres to try overcut or undercut people, etc. I would have to really lock into try and qualifying from EMEA. I would also probably have to DR grind a bit before the start of the season. I'd probably need a good 95k DR or so, because if I'm honest, for me and my perspective, if I want to qualify, I don't want to do it the easy way because of the point system. The point system isn't the greatest because if you win split 4, it's probably equivalent to like a P5 in top split. And let's be honest with ourselves, guys. What is easier? Getting P5 in top split or winning a split 4 race, racing against mostly split 4 drivers? Just quickly comment, guys. What is easier? P5 top split, P1 split 4. Let me know now. What is easier? You don't have to say anything else, just tell me what is easier between the two. You are forced to use it, yeah, I know you're forced to use the wheel for GTWS, but all I want to say is I have qualified for GTWS using control in the EMEA. The only time that has happened was in like the first GTWS in like 2018, back when the player base wasn't as stacked. My old teammate Matthew Thomas has qualified for World Tours on the controller back in the day in the NBA, back in 2018. But let's be honest, the top drivers then compared to now is a whole nother level. Like, I'd say some drivers in 2018 era are probably split 3, split 4 levels if they were on the same pace today. But yeah, you have 64 likes on stream, 55 views. It's my first time seeing such a thing, and it proves how much you love me. Thank you so much. But yeah, like you guys say, P4 split 4 is so much easier. For me, if I wanted to try and qualify, I would want to at the very least be split 3. Because in my opinion, split 3 still has very strong, capable drivers that can still definitely qualify, especially in EMEA. That way, I can say that I've qualified fairly if I was to qualify in split 3, because I would still have to beat some insanely fast drivers. So for example, I think the start of the season, I think like Lewis was started split 3, and he's insanely quick. He literally gets world records on some daily combos. I think he got one the last week. I'd be fighting against people like him. If I was to able to get enough points in those lobbies and qualify in an event, I would personally be proud that I qualified, and I wouldn't feel disappointed that I'm not in the top split and I qualified just because of the point system. I think, yes, I would have benefited for a maybe slightly easier lobby, but I still think it's still a skilled enough lobby to say that I've qualified fairly to qualify for a GTWS. If you understand my perspective anyway. But basically what I'm trying to say is, if I want to qualify, I want to at least be in a specific split range to feel pleased that I qualified against well-rounded drivers. That's basically all I'm trying to say. But without further ado, I'm going to drive this now and carry on with this playthrough. But let me know, actually, if I was to try and qualify for GTWS next year, would you want to see me streaming the races? I probably wouldn't be talking to chat or anything, at least in qualifying or the racing, but would you be interested in watching me drive the GTWS combos and try and fight towards the front of the pack and try and qualify for GTWS? Would you be interested in watching me trying to qualify? Let me know. That would be epic. Oh, it's yeah, it is an evergreen. It's just the GPF, I think they say how it's called. But I am planning to hopefully try and stream them. I'm not 100% sure my connection would hold out fairly. I think my connection's okay though, so I think I could try and stream them. You would like to see it? Okay, well, it's good to know, thank you guys. I'll try stream them. There's no promises though. I'll have to see how like my Wi-Fi holds up before the GTWS season starts. Hello Hutch, nice to see you. Would be really nice to watch. I'll say hi. Hello to you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, alright. I'll try stream them and we'll see how it goes. I think there's at least one more exhibition season, so that way I can see if my stream works okay in those races. Your connection's working fine down here in Australia, down under. Alright, well, good to know, thank you. I can give it a go then, guys. Alright, hello Sony, welcome in. I'm gonna lock in the next few laps because I can't really talk and drive. Or not well anyway. Hello, Lappin. Hello, Russ. Welcome in, buddy. Good evening. Hope you're all well, bud. I'm really good, mate. How are you doing? It's nice to see you in chat. Welcome in. And thanks for coming early in the video. I have seen you do some Group 4 races in the past, and I know you're very good in Group 4 cars, so I appreciate the compliment in the video. So yeah, thank you very much. Either way, and welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Right, that's second gear. I know I've seen the footage of this race, and I know Kai's in a really slow car, so we need to be going faster than this. Yeah, these cars also don't brake. I'm going to do a few laps warm up because I do remember the AI are quite similar on pace. So I want to see what pace I can do, and then I can judge from that whereabouts I can start the race from. So I'm going to lock in the next few laps, guys. I'm not going to mute, but I'm going to be a bit quiet. Yeah, it's only a GP, although I would much prefer the Nords because it's probably my favourite track. Hold on, let me see this. You're very humble. I'm sure the community will really get behind you in GT. Well, thank you. All I can say is that I'll try my best, and that's all I can say, really. Hey, hi, Carl, chat. We definitely would watch you. Great content you have been putting out. Everyone appreciate it, and your style of fair drive, and keep it that way. Thank you so much, Amigo. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I'll try preach cleanness before pace. I'll try and drive as clean as possible. I do regret, well no, I don't really regret moves I make. Some moves I make, basically, some moves I'm not happy with, I tend to give the places back. And also, if I'm not shown like incidents now, I do tend to go back on replay. That way I can judge if I could have done something differently. Because it's always good to learn what you could have done differently, because that's how you improve at the end of the day. And plus, you don't really want to make enemies, because if you make enemies, it's a long day. I missed you, don't know. When did you donate? Oh dear, hello mate. I'm so sorry. Hello Andy. I'm so sorry I missed that. I'm too busy reading chat and waffling. Only a fiver, but to say thanks for your content, you are a champ. Thank you so much, bro. I greatly appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Thanks for the comment as well. I'm a champ. I try my best. And thank you, but thank you for watching. Cause if no one was watching, I wouldn't make content at the end of the day, because I'm here to try help people. And if I wasn't to get viewers for what I'm doing, then what is the point of me wasting time making content? So it's thanks for you all for watching. That makes me motivated enough to make the content for you guys to hopefully help. So greatly appreciated. You guys have helped me out. Well, I'm glad they have. But at the end of the day, you're the one that's driving. I'm glad I could partially help. But if you could learn a bit from my guides and take them from future lessons or future combos, then you can go a very long way. Especially if you're in a lower DR rank, so like C or B. If you're able to learn a thing or two from me and take it forward for all the combos, I'll put you a step or two ahead of everyone else. That way you should be able to beat them over a race distance. Hello David, good evening to you. Hope you're having a good evening. This is my first time watching, but I've seen you race Digit in Super GT. Yes, Glenn. I've not raced Super GT much in the recent times, but back in the day, I used to race him a lot. And I loved racing him because he was always fair, and he is so entertaining to watch. So it means a lot to race against people like him. And Digit, of course, also really clean and really fast. And it feels really nice racing him because I know I can trust him, and I know that we can race each other really fairly. And that's something I genuinely enjoy. That's one of the reasons I play that, is for racing. I don't care if I'm a BDR or ADR or D or E. I don't care about the DR. As long as I'm having fun racing people, that's all I care about at the end of the day. It just so happens I'm pretty good at this game, but that's not the reason I enjoy playing this game. I enjoy playing this game because I like to race people fairly and cleanly, and having nice side by side through corners you wouldn't think going side by side is actually possible. That is some of my favorite things to do on this game, and that definitely happened in Fuji in some races last week, for example, on some of my live streams. I had some amazing races there, and it was honestly one of my most fun times I've done this year, just racing that Fuji and streaming it for you guys to watch, because I genuinely love this game. I genuinely love it. And I don't think you'll see me stop playing Gran Turismo for the next, honestly, 30 years if the game was to continue coming out, because I just genuinely love this game. I always have done since I was a little kid. I still play it to this day quite a lot because I just genuinely enjoy it. Thank you so much for the £1, David, or 99p. Thank you so much, David. With a nice cat picture. I love cats. So shout out to you. Thank you so much. Gonna drop out, but watch on TV. Well, have a good evening, YouTube viewer. Thank you for the donation, £20. That means a lot. Thank you so much, and thanks for hopping in. And I'll see you maybe in the next coming days. I will probably stream again at some point. But I'm actually gonna lock in now. Well, thank you for joining in today, mate. I greatly appreciate it. I need to figure out those bacon references for this chat now. You guys just chat with each other for the next few minutes. I'm gonna try work out the rough braking zones for this track and that. From now on, I might try in the middle of the stream, like after each race, I might point out the rough braking references in a replay quickly, just to hopefully help some of you guys with this playthrough if you were to use the same car as I'm using, so the most difficult car in this case. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to race. Once I've raced, I'm going to quickly go to replay and I'm going to point out to you guys the rough braking references I'm using in the races. Although guys, remember that between qualifying and the race, the wind will be different and the conditions / temperatures may be different as well. So just keep an eye out on the wind, because you will have to change your braking inputs and that, depending on the wind and that. Hello Arkies, good evening to you. Nice stream earlier. Nice to see you doing some daily races. Because I know the lap time challenge was not very interesting, if we're being honest. But good evening to you. I love this game too. I still have to GT Sport. I haven't played GT7. Honestly, I prefer GT Sport to GT7 still to this day. GT Sport is probably my favourite game, because I've just had so many good memories from that game. The racing was cleaner, the lobby setup was better, the cars tended to be more well balanced, you could use more cars and be competitive, and it was just cleaner in general. No offence to the top speed drivers not these days, but back in the day, it was definitely cleaner than it is now. Although the point system in GT Sport was arguably worse, so I'm glad they swapped the switch during middle qualifying. That was probably the worst thing ever invented. You'd literally, basically back in GT Sport, what you'd do is, since fuel and tyre wear was only in qualifying, you would literally, I'll quickly show it now. So basically in qualifying, you would just be doing this. You'd go full throttle and hold about 50% brakes until you topped up first. That way, you'd be burning as much fuel as possible, then you'd be doing one flying lap, and since you've got less fuel, you'll be going a few times quicker than everyone else, just because you're burning fuel. So it gives you some sort of leeway. Obviously it was risky, because it only meant you had one flying lap, but with how much more pace you can do by having less fuel in the car, it was worth doing, because you were so much faster at the end of the races. So yeah, you'd be doing, so that first of all, you'd burn fuel to have low fuel at the end of the qualifying session, and you'd pit the lap before you fastest up, just to have warm tyres to start the lap. And then, not only that, but you'd also then have slipstream in qualifying, and slipstream in GT Sport, basically, if you were within 3/4 of a second to a car in front, you had slipstream. So basically the same slipstream as now, the same slipstream strength, but only 3/4 of a second. But you gained quite a lot of lap time with slipstream, so all it would cause in top split was everyone would be fuel burning, and everyone would be waiting towards the end of the laps just to try and follow people to use their slipstream and gain free lap time just by being in their slipstream. So all it would do was cause a massive mess at the end of each qualifying session, especially if someone was in the middle of the flying lap and they encountered like 10 cars waiting out of the last corner trying to find a slipstream. It just caused a mess. So that is the one thing I'm glad they removed from GT Sport, was the slipstream in the middle of qualifying. Absolutely the worst thing they've ever done on GT Sport and in GT full stop. Absolute worst thing. Hello Nicky and hello Cars, welcome in. So yeah, that's why I prefer GT Sport though, just because the races were cleaner and that, but GT7 qualifying is a lot better. But I still prefer GT Sport easily as well. Yeah, Cars, it was incredibly stupid. Incredibly stupid. Especially with my luck, I had no luck when it came to qualifying, because every time I followed a car to use their slipstream, it would always be that one car that messed up the lap, and then I would have no slipstream for the rest of the lap. And I would always qualify bottom half, even if I nailed my lap, just because I didn't have a slipstream. Nicky threw in donation. Oh my god, Nicky, 20 quid. What, mate? Thank you so much. Happy holidays, Carson and all. Happy holidays to you as well. On the subject of Christmas area and that, I would like to say, I know for Christmas, some people go through hard times and that. So I'm going to try my best to stream quite a bit during the Christmas period, especially if the daily races are good. So at that time, if you feel lonely and you have nothing to do, join into my stream, come chat with some people. They'll be happy to talk to you, have conversations with you, and they'll be happy to help where they can. Same with me. I'll be happy to chat with anyone. And all I'm going to be doing on Christmas weeks and that, I am on holiday on some days, but other than those days, I'm going to try and stream some daily races if they're entertaining enough to watch. And hopefully, with me streaming, you can enjoy watching me drive and talking, and enjoy chatting to other people, having conversations and that. I'm going to try there. There's no promises. It depends on the combos at the end of the day. But if the combos are good, you'll know I'll stream them. And thanks for the sub. How old am I? I am 23 years old. 24 soon, but I don't know, I'm 23. Or 23 if you're Irish. Make you drive all the Group 4 cars for holiday break. I am not driving Group 4. But I can promise you now, I'm not driving Group 4. Unless it's the M4 Cayman. Or Super, maybe. I hate Group 4. They're so boring to drive, in my opinion. For me, they're boring. I can enjoy... I will say, GT Sport Group 4 used to be one of my favourite cars to drive, because before the power reduction nerfs this year with the Group 4 and Group 3, the Group 4 used to still be relatively enjoyable to drive, but now I just cannot drive them. They're too boring, because all you do is you slam the brakes, you slam the throttle, you slam your tuning input, and you're fast. I don't like that. I find that so boring to drive. Arkies, thank you so much for the 45 Danish Kronos, I think it's called. Let me know what it's actually called. Shut up and take my money. It's only around £5 anyway. Happy holidays. Mate, £5 is still a lot of money to give away to someone you don't really know. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I will shut up and take your money. Thank you so much. Please keep talking. I will keep talking, don't worry. Yeah, thanks for the fun entertainment, tips and goes. Thank you so much for the donation, amigo. I will keep them coming out. But thank you so much for the donation. I'll keep them coming out. I'll try and help in the next coming months with tips and that in general. Let me just read this one comment quickly. I panic a lot during the race, like on every corner I'm about to hit the person in front of me, or if the person behind me is going to rear-end me, and due to this, miss my braking points and racing lines. Honestly, that I do struggle a little bit with that as well, especially if I'm within 2 tenths of a car ahead and I use the bumper cam. What I do sometimes do when I'm within 2 tenths of people is I would change to the hood cam, just so I can sort of see ahead of the car, so I can see whereabouts the apex is and that. So that way, sometimes I will change to the bumper cam, but all I can say is the only way to practice that is by doing more races. The more races you do, the more you get used to actually doing the following people closely, and basically with the people behind you, all you can really do is hit your braking references that you use and hope that the person behind you brakes a bit earlier, because obviously they'll be having a bit of your slipstream, so they'll be going faster than they would be without slipstream. So all you can really hope for them to do is to brake a bit earlier to make sure they don't hit you, and then they can do the corner normally and you can do the normal corner normally. No, that is really bad English, I'm sorry guys. What I was trying to say is all you can do with the car behind is if you hit your braking references, then all you can do is hope the car behind you also hits the braking reference. So that way you can do your normal line and the person behind you can do the normal line. So that way neither of you lose time following each other. Dingo, thank you so much for joining the Dono Train. Jumping on Dono Train while it's going. Thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated. You do not have to donate, guys, honestly, but it does mean a lot to me. I will say now, with the donos and that, hopefully I can use that to get some better equipment, e.g. a better mic for starters, and maybe a camera one day. And I don't have a PC, so maybe a long way down the road, I could maybe get a PC and edit better. But that's enough about the future for now. All I can say is thank you so much for donations. You don't have to do it. I'm not forcing anyone to do it, but I do greatly appreciate it either way. So thank you so much, guys. Just a suggestion. Now you have the money to buy a mic. I know. Yes, I know. I will one day. I promise. I promise I will. I'm going to do probably one more qualifying lap, and then I can see if I can start from the back or not. As you can see, we're in this Carrera. A gorgeous car bar in this Carrera. I absolutely love Carreras. I still need to find out the rough braking references and that as well, and the rough apex speed I need to carry in some corners. So I'm not too sure what I'm doing yet still, because I've been too busy talking. But honestly, thank you for commenting, guys. Thank you. How many hours do you play every day? Honestly, it depends on the combo. So for example, this week, I have not played until today this week, because I've seen the daily combos. I know I don't enjoy doing daily B because the races are too short. Daily A, especially if you've got DR1, and plus with, you know, the daily A hot topic of the week, with a pay-to-win car, which is a whole topic for another day. Let's not get into it. But the daily C, I tend to only do daily Cs, and with daily C being Group 4, I've not been doing it because I just don't enjoy Group 4. So I'd say on average, I probably play about an hour to 2 hours a day on average. I'd say when I do play on days, I probably tend to play 3 or 4 hours a day on average, but I don't play every day. It depends on the combos. Like if the daily combos next week are good, you'll probably see me play most of the week, and I'll probably stream most of the week as well. Just because if I'm playing, I'm actually doing it. Because it doesn't hurt to stream. I enjoy doing it, so I might as well do it. That's my perspective on it anyway. Last race, I managed to stay on the track and get a P5. The race Hoggy was in, I didn't have qualifying time, struggled at the back. Yeah, for Northside, you do need to set a lap time, because it's just extremely hard to overtake at Northside. So that is like one of the tracks I heavily recommend to focus on your qualifying. Even though the switching is powerful, you want to ideally try and break away from as many cars as possible, just so that way you can guarantee a good minimal position, or minimum, sorry guys. You want to guarantee a good minimum position, so that way you can, you know, gain good DR and lose the least DR possible, and, you know, just have fun at the front of the group, with racers you trust in that. Right, so it looks like we're 2.5 seconds ahead of everyone. I'm going to do one more lap after this. I brake too late. But after this next lap, I'm going to quickly see what lap time everyone's doing, if everyone has set a lap time. That way I can determine if I can start from the back of the grid or not. This is one of my weaker tracks as well, so if I was to struggle on any track, this would probably be one of them. P5's the new piece, Steve. Good evening, Divine. Hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you for joining. Actually, let me read Arky's comment quickly, because I did see he mentioned quickly about editing and that. Where is it? Because I was quite interested in the comment. Where was it? Was it Arky's? Or was it someone else? It might have been someone else. Fancy editing is always fun, but I actually like the raw side of your guides, as you are very good at using all the replay features and show what you want to show us. Yeah, I would probably still be doing that. I'd probably do it in a similar way to Teaching in a way. So I could... Teaching does a very good way of lap time challenges and video and time trial guides. So what I'd personally do is, if I had a PC, I'd basically do exactly the same as I'm doing now. It's just I'd also show a lap in slower motion, so like on the straights I'd be going normal speed, but as soon as I go to the braking zones and the throttle zones and the turning ports, I'd probably go to like 0.1 times speed, so that way you could see like roughly how much braking input I'm putting in, when I'm releasing those brakes, when I'm turning, and when I'm putting the throttle down. That's basically... I know you can do that in Share Factory, but I don't really know how to do that yet, and I'd rather not mess around trying to learn that at the moment. Maybe one day I'll try learn it, but can you come first Powerpack using automatic gears? I would imagine so, even with the hardest vehicles. Obviously I don't use automatic, so I can't say for sure, but I don't think automatic would cost you too much lap time in general, maybe half a second to a second, so it's definitely still possible with automatic. It's definitely easier with manual though, and I would say try learn manual, because for me, it's not only that you're faster using manual, it's also just more enjoyable, full stop, because you're able to dictate what gears and that you want to use, which is how I enjoy playing the game. I don't like to let the game decide what to do for me. I like to do my own inputs on that. That is how I enjoy playing the game in general. So if you're an automatic driver, I would recommend trying to learn manual. Now, I'm not saying from straight on from now use manual and just use it full stop. If you're like doing races and that, carry on using automatic and that, but like maybe in some time trial sessions and like some lobbies, maybe learn manual, and the more you get used to it, the better you'll get. I can say at the beginning of GT Sport, I straight away started with manual, and it took me a week or so to get much better with manual, because I tended to downshift way too aggressively or too slowly. It's just a fine line of downshifting too... You can't even downshift too early anymore anyway, because the game stops you from downshifting at a certain amount of RPM. Let's start this, by the way. I'm confident we can win from the back here, I think. We'll give it a go from the back anyway. I didn't see where the peak power was in this car actually. Will it say anywhere? It doesn't say. I'm just going to shift this at the end of the bar. Good day to you, PH47. Thank you for joining in. I hope you're doing well. And hello Ronan as well. Manufacturing Cup guys were literally amazing. Thank you so much, Ronan. I will make those guides for that and Nations as well when we next get to an exhibition season, which is hopefully around the New Year's time, but we don't know. We have no info for when stuff like that comes out. Left foot braking and manual driving is like learning to play the game all over again from scratch. Improved shadow loads. Yeah, exactly. It's also just more fun in general though, isn't it? Because you're able to, you know, dictate what you want the car to do, which is how I would enjoy playing the game. Obviously, the controller does have a tiny bit of built-in assists, but 95% of what you see on track and from what you've seen with me driving is what I want to do with the car, if you get what I'm trying to say. That's how I like to dictate the car. Well, they're doing 137, 34.7, I was doing high 32s, I think, and they weren't great laps because I was talking. So I think we can definitely win this from the back, guys. So hopefully we can win this from the back. I do know this is a grid start because I've seen it. My little brother uses my sim rig to learn driving manual. He uses the clutch and everything. Yeah, I bet it's well fun to use as well. I bet he's loving it. So it's definitely worth learning it. So just do it from time to time, and then that way you can learn, and yeah, hopefully then you can improve and become a very fast driver. But let's get into this race before I start waffling for longer. But I want to say thank you for 60 viewers. I was not expecting to get 60 views just for watching me doing some Powerpack game through, because let's be honest, at least for me, it probably isn't as much fun to watch compared to doing some daily races or GTWS, because you're just driving against AI, which isn't as fun as driving against real people. But thank you for joining. Let's try win this one back. I think this is quite difficult though. I know Sammy Snake and that struggled, but I'm not a Sammy Snake, so we're going to try doing this on the back. The wind has changed though, so I can bake it later for the last chicane, because if you remember, the wind we had for practice was 4 meters per second at 12 o'clock. But it does mean for corners like this, I will have to bake a lot earlier. Great stream is chill, and I didn't read the rest of that, but thank you so much. Can we get on the likes? Yeah, honestly, if you haven't liked it, I would greatly appreciate it, but honestly, like I said earlier, I'm not in it for the likes and that. At the end of the day, I'm just doing this because I enjoy driving. Since I'm driving and enjoying it, I might as well stream it. Hopefully you can take a thing or two from it. But yeah, I would appreciate it, of course. Yeah, I saw Arcade. It was so funny. Sounds like, honestly, it's my favourite streamer to watch these days. He's just so funny with everything he does. Yeah, I am driving really poorly. I'm going to have to lock in for that video. We'll lock in for it. Have I had any races give me trouble? I had the Laguna one with the American like classic race car things. I struggled with that one, but that's because I started the race on the back of that one and you started 15 seconds behind first, which I didn't realise. So I got down to about 7 seconds, I think it was. The race after I started 8, I think it was. And I won with about 2 seconds spare. So that one you do have to set a lap time. I think it is possible to do it from the back if you were to set perfect race laps on that. But I wouldn't recommend it. By the way, I am planning to do all of them from the back if possible. Just to try to get the most enjoyment and time out of this as possible for me. Because let's be honest, 25 quid is quite a bit for a pack of only 50 races or so. I did punt him, oops, but I lost a lot of time anyway, so fair enough. Do you collect stars to progress in Powerpack? Yeah, basically, for some races, I think you have to win every race to unlock like the 24-hour races at the end of the event tracker. But yeah, a win gives you 20, second gives you 19, third 18, and so on, so on. So what you want to try and do is, I think you have to win every race, as I said. No, I don't think you have to win every race. I think you get the endurance races once you get the 500 stars, which is, I think you need like 13 stars on average to get that, to unlock the endurance races, so you probably need to finish at like 6 on average. I could be wrong though. But yes, the aim of it is, the higher you finish, the more stars you get. That way you unlock the effects earlier and you can do more effects in general. And then you can do the endurance races at the end of the event. I believe there's 2 24-hour races. I believe. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure there's 2 24-hour races. Hopefully they add content to this in the future, but I don't think they will. I imagine the 25 quid is the set price for this. That gets you the 50 races and the 5 million credits. I don't think it's a bad price for it, to be honest though. I think it's totally fair, because I think the 5 million credits cost about 25 quid. You just get the power pack on top of that, which involves some cars that isn't in the full game. And some enjoyable AI races to do, which is probably more difficult than the races you do in the weekly events. So yeah. I actually really enjoy doing this. But the reason I actually got this is so I could stream them and talk to you guys while racing them, or try to anyway. But I do enjoy doing offline races as well. Like, as you'll see, I'm probably after this race going to go to do the weekly events before they reset after tonight. And you will see I've got like 97% completion on them. Like, I do them. I just find them too easy. But I still find them enjoyable to, you know, drive. But I think after this we're gonna call it a day of Powerpack and do the weekly events just to end the stream, which will take me a bit over an hour, I think. Because I want to make this last as long as possible. I don't want to just blitz through all of the Powerpack in a week or so. I want to make it last for a good few months. But like I said, now let me quickly go over the replay just to show you the rough braking references I am using for this car and this track. So let me go to my bumper cam. My camera change button is also the change position button. So my down button on the D-pad, sorry, changes cameras, but I have to do that to get to the bumper cam. But while it does that, it flicks through the other cars. So I apologise for that. But let me quickly go over through each braking references I use. I do believe the wind is the same in each races. I could be wrong, but just keep in mind this is with 7 o'clock wind with 4 meters per second wind. So for first corner, I use this line here, this darker tarmac, as my braking reference for this turn 1 with this wind. As you can see, my ABS light will start to show up any second now. There you go. So as soon as I go past this dark line, that is my braking reference I use for this turn 1 here. Howdy, Colster. Good day, chat. Hope you're all well. I hope you're well as well, Mr. Bad. Thank you for joining in. But yeah, like I said, I go about a car length ahead of this darker tarmac here. I go a car length after it. That is where I brake for turn 1. You want to roughly carry about 40 mile an hour here. Oh no, not 40. You want to roughly carry about 38, 39 mile an hour here. You want to downshift to first, just to get that little extra rotation. And then you upshift to second, because this car has turbo lag. You need to exit in a high gear in this car, because the turbo lag will make you accelerate slowly out of the corners. Stay to the right, just to open up the next corner, and basically minimize the distance of the track if you stay on the inside, because if you go wide out, you are kind of making the track longer for yourself as well. It's probably a bit quicker to go a bit wider than I was in those corners, but make sure to try hit the inside apex. Basically for turn 2, you do little braking inputs and turning input. So I start to turn as you start to see this little grey bit on this side of the track here on the right. So I start turning now. You'll start to see me lift any second now. There you go. I brake here, as you can see. You do your little trail brake here and you roll down to about 62 mile an hour from memory. Exiting third, just to minimise wheel spin and not have too much turbo lag in the as you change up the gears. This corner I broke at this line here, so you see these lines outside the track. I use this line as my braking reference. Actually, that's what I used in qualifying. In the race, I broke a bit for it, so I broke about here, where the darker fainted lines are. I used that line basically as my braking reference for this corner. Again, you want to roughly aim for about 44 mile an hour on this corner and plug the inside as much as possible. I do miss it a bit, but you can carry 43, 44 mile an hour on this corner. You want to try have your left tyres go over this red and white curb and your right wheels basically where the right line is. And you want to hug the inside as long as possible. That way you open up this next corner so you can pick up the throttle extremely early and carry a lot of apex speed. You want to carry about 63 mile an hour here in third gear from memory. Be a bit careful for wheel spin because you are changing weight distribution as you come from the left to the right hand of the corner. So just be careful of the weight distribution since this car is a classic car and since it's got a lot of weight in the rear, since it's a Porsche, they tend to have rear engines. Just be careful with the weight distribution because if you turn from the left to the right really quickly, the car will oversteer a lot just because of the way the weight is distributing. This corner I broke basically, as you can see now, my ABS light is just showing, but the braking reference I use for this corner is this silver/grey tarmac bit here, just outside this white line. That's my braking reference for this corner. Hug the inside as much as possible. I did turn in a bit late here, but basically you want to be about half a car width off the initial apex halfway around the corner, just to open up the exit a bit. That way you can exit in second. I think I exited in second, and you want to roughly carry about 50 mile an hour here. I did go on the throttle a bit late, but if you were to go on the throttle earlier, just be careful on the wheel spin you would get on the exit here. This corner I used a bit Astro here. I broke a bit early here, especially with this wind. Oh, sorry. You could probably brake, I'd say halfway between this green Astro and this white line here. You could probably brake halfway between the two. You want to carry about 70 mile an hour here. You go on the throttle as soon as you get halfway around the corner. As soon as I got to the end of this curve here, I broke for this next corner and turned to the right. And I was roughly aiming to be about 70 mile an hour from memory. You could probably take a bit more than 17 mile an hour now looking at it. Probably 72 mile an hour is near the limit of the speed you can carry this in this car. Don't use too much of that inside curve because the car will overreact to the bump and you may slide a bit. So don't use too much of that curve. In qualifying, I would recommend using the start of this spare track as your braking reference, but in the race, I would use this 150 board. I've just gone past it, but basically my braking reference for this corner is I literally broke as soon as I got to this 150 board here. Now, obviously, because this isn't sport mode track limits, I am using that just because that's the track limits I'm used to, and that is, I want to try keep it fair. I don't want to just cut every corner and, get away with it. I'm going to still use the sport mode track limits just to try keep it fair. But basically what you want to be doing is you want your right wheels to be on this curb here, on this flat part, just so that your car doesn't overreact as it gets on and off the bump, since you've got two wheels on this flat part of this curb. Let me just go frame by frame. You want your right wheels to be like that. As you can see, the front tyres is just off the ground, but the rear is still touching it, the flat part, so the car doesn't overreact to this bump. And since you're using you're a lot on the left side of this curb, you've got a good angle out of this right-hander, so you can pick up the throttle a bit and carry more speed for this second apex here, and you want to cut it similarly. I did bounce a bit, which is why I turned a bit late. It is better to let the car bounce and settle, and then turn after, because if you were to turn while your car's mid-air, since your tyres is already turned to the right and you're mid-air, as you land. The car will overreact as you land since your tyres isn't going in a straight line. That way your car will probably slide a bit to the right, and then you'll have to correct it and then readjust for the corner, and you'll lose apex speed and a good angle out of this corner. As you saw, since I wasn't able to cut the right side of the curve as much, I did have a little bounce, so just be careful on that. Carry about 54 mile an hour on that apex as well. Last corner, I didn't really have a braking reference, to be honest. I kind of guessed it. But I would basically use, let me go to race photos and see quickly. The beginning of the curve is there. Can't really use that as a braking reference. Start the pit entries there. What's a good braking reference? Let me see where I broke actually. Right here. I'll say this blue truck, if you can see it, is a good braking reference. So maybe after this tent here. That's probably a good braking reference for this last corner. I did turn a bit late. You want to try hug the inside and go on a throttle as soon as you get to his barrier. As you can see, I picked up the throttle a bit earlier here just because I went a bit wider, so I had a good angle out of this corner. But you want to try hug the inside and pick up the throttle as you get past this barrier here. You want to carry about 55 mile an hour here as well. That's a rough lap guide for this track. Obviously, I've not put the time and effort into this combo, so they're not the perfect braking markers and that. It just gives you a good idea on what references I'm using to brake and what sort of gears and apex speed you need to carry in the corners. So hopefully that helps you if you've not done this race yet in this car. I will save this replay just in case as well. Thanks for 100 likes as well, guys. It's greatly appreciated. I have seen some comments talking about 100% car completions and that. I think the game will say you still got 100% car completion if you don't buy the DLC. But I do think there's a car or two that you can get from this DLC. So I think like a Ford in the Daily Race A is only available in this DLC pack, for example. If you were to buy the pack, I then believe you have to do all the races to get the cars, and then that way you have 100% cars completed. But that's it for the power pack I'm going to do today. So I only did 3 races, but that's probably because I talked for about 3/4 of the stream instead of actually driving. But I'm now going to do the weekly challenges for this week. But as you can see, I'm going to quickly go to garage here, and as you can see, it still says you've got every car. I've got every car, and I don't have the DLC cars from this pack. At least I don't think so, since I've not done the races yet. Have a good night, Arkies. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the stream earlier. I did watch some of it, and have a good holidays. If I don't see you again, thank you very much, mate. And hello, Hellfire. Welcome to the stream, and hello, Jose. Welcome to the stream as well. Great to see you live. It's great to see you in chat, mate. Thank you so much. And yeah, have a great trip, Arkies, in Vienna. I hope you enjoy it. I bet it's really nice there as well. So have a good Christmas, mate. Thank you for joining me. So now I'm going to do the weekly events for this week, just to cruise around. Because like I said, I don't want to do all the power pack in the first few weeks. I'm going to try do like 3 or 4 a stream, and then do weekly events for the rest of the stream. So we've got, as you can see, we've only got 2 hours left to do this. So I'm going to do all these now. This is a lap time challenge, I believe. Is it? Oh no, it's an actual race. I know the one last week was a lap time challenge. So I'm going to do all these now. Are you streaming through your PS5? I am streaming through my PS5. Yes, I am. Everything I do is on my PS5. So I'm just going to do this for fun. And just in case you guys have nothing to do, you can just watch me do these races and cruise around, basically. I do enjoy doing them every now and then. It's actually quite relaxing and enjoyable to do. But as you can see, we are at Goodwood, so we probably want a car that is quite quick on the straights. I do like to go under the suggested PP if possible, just to try and, try and make it interesting. Especially since I'm streaming, we've got to make it interesting, haven't we, guys? So I'm going to go close to 400 PP limit. I probably want to go in a classic car. because you will need quite a bit of power. I'm gonna probably go in the smoke, even though it's only 376 pp. If I was to go comfort mediums, actually, yeah, I'll say for 400. We'll try this with racing hards. But still, 60 people just for a Powerpack stream and some weekly events. Thank you so much, guys. That means the world to me, honestly. But I'm just going to do these weekly events just for the next hour or so, just to end the stream. I will try reach out in the top left of my screen as well as I'm driving, so I probably won't need to concentrate as much. I'm enjoying just asking, keep streaming and let's get you that PC. Mate, honestly I could get the PC anytime I wanted, I think, but at the moment I just want to do this for fun, and I'm not taking it too seriously at the moment, so I'm not going to get anything because I'm not taking it too seriously at the moment. But once I build a good audience on that, that's probably a good time to then think about what I want to do with the channel in the future. At the moment, all I'm planning to do is make guides, stream some races and Powerpack, and try and make some guides to help you guys along the way while playing this game. But yeah, other than that, yeah. Wait, I saw a question. How have you got 100 mil credits? Because I've got over 2,000 game hours. That's probably a good way, a good reason why I've got max credits. I've got every car, I've got max credits, but that's because I put the time and effort into this game. It just takes a long time to get every car in this game and get a lot of credits, because it's not easy to get credits in this game. What I would recommend doing, if you can, is try to get gold on every lap time challenge, because that gives you 2 million credits. And if you're quick in the game, the lap time challenges should take you at most 5 minutes to get gold on. So yeah, if you can, try and do every lap time challenge if you can. Good evening, or Carl, so if you don't mind me asking, whereabouts are you from? I can't put my finger on the accent. I'm not gonna say, I'll say I'm from Harrogate. I'm not gonna say whereabouts I'm from Harrogate, but Harrogate is in North Yorkshire of the UK. I am in that area. I'm not gonna say exactly where I'm from, because I wouldn't like to share everything about me online, but I'm from the Harrogate area. That is where I'm from, which is in North Yorkshire in the UK, in case you aren't aware. Up north, yes, up north of England. I'd say it's about in the middle of the UK. So it's like in the middle between England and Scotland. Maybe slightly more. It's Midland. I'll say it's Midlands personally. It's definitely north of England though. I would class it north. I heard if you're like north of Gloucester, I think it is. That is technically north, so I'm definitely north. But yeah, Harrogate, North Yorkshire. That's probably why my accent is not very recognisable to most people. Do a little lift shift in the classic car. In case you didn't know, with cars that doesn't have a sequential gearbox. Yeah, exactly, Doc. Yeah. In case you didn't know, so with cars that doesn't have a sequential gearbox, they're basically cars that take time to change gear. What I do with controller is when I change gear, so my changing up gear is with the X. When I press X, I lift off the throttle because you're basically doing a lift shift. Since it is quicker to lift off the throttle and then change gear, like you would in real life, you would actually do that in game with a car that doesn't have a sequential gearbox. So, for example, classic cars like this Merc 300 SL, I'm changing gear, and as I'm changing gear, I am lifting. That way, it is quicker to change gear when you lift than to carry on, putting full throttle down and changing your gear. I don't mention it enough, and honestly, I don't really notice it with controller. since with controller it takes time to get back up to 100% throttle. It is definitely more effective on a wheel doing the lift shift, but apparently from people like Lefetius, it is still quicker to lift shift. I'm Lancashire lad myself, but the company I work for is based in Leeds. Yeah, okay, I've been to Elgate a few times for work. Yeah, it's honestly quite a nice area. Leeds, Leeds is massive in comparison to Elgate. I have been Leeds quite a few times. I do have people that I know that live in Leeds. But yeah, it is a nice area. Although quite a lot of houses are being built these days, unfortunately. I say unfortunately, I totally get why, obviously, but it's just you don't get to see as many views as you would these days, unfortunately. But you know, you gotta make houses for people to live in, so it's totally understandable. Especially with the growing population these days, it's rapidly increasing. But yeah, it's a very nice area, to be honest. Let's try catch up to Lopez if possible as well. If we don't win, then it's not good. Wait, let me see this. Is there a way to see H-box gear shift or just low red overlay on full input bar? Basically, if you see a delay with your... When you change gear, if it takes time to get into the actual gear, that's when you know you need to lift and then change gear. That's when you know to change gear and lift at the same time, because it's quicker to do that apparently. I honestly don't notice a difference, but I just do it because everyone else says it's quicker. I'm pretty sure it is something, I just don't really notice it. It's quite hard to notice at the same time though. Alright, this is not winnable, guys. Alright, let's go in a more balanced car. 370 pp is too low. I'm just going to go to the suggested pp for every race, because I don't want to drag this stream for too long, if I'm honest, guys. So let's go in... Probably the... I don't want to use the i3 because it's electric. I don't like electric cars. We'll try this 205, I think. But basically all you need to know with the lift shift is if the car takes time to get into the actual gear, it's probably quicker to lift shift. So this car, for example, it will be quicker to do a lift shift. What's the price for doing the 5 event? I don't remember. I can show you after this race though. It's usually credits or car though, or an engine. It could be an engine sometimes as well. Why do one of these as a team lol looks so cool? Yeah, I love the 205. One of my probably my favourite car for Porsche, other than the 908 race car and the Pescarolas, if it's classed them as Porsches. Someone said that GTWS drivers think about going to cockpit view and changing. Oh, this flipping debate. Oh, I have heard this debate so many times. You don't understand. Changing cockpit view and changing the driver height position changes driver's weight distribution in the car. Do you buy that? Honestly, I personally don't. I just do it in case it does. Basically, what I do is, well, here's my steering input, by the way. Just make sure this is on 10. That's all you need. That's on 5. I honestly don't need that though. But yeah, if you go to, I think it's display settings and adjust cockpit view, I have it on -5 and I have it on depth 5 as well. That way, I have it so I'm as low to the car as possible and I'm as rearward to the car as possible, just to try and get the 50-50 weight distribution and to be as low to the ground as possible, just for the center of gravity. I don't notice any difference though. I just do it just in case it does. But I honestly don't notice the difference personally, guys. I don't buy it personally, Nate. I just do it just in case it does. But I honestly don't notice any difference. So I wouldn't worry about that. How do people figure out too much time on the game? Too much time. I don't know. I guess they just mess around with things and I guess try to get the absolute max pace. So I totally get why they would try and investigate things. I just personally don't buy it. Honestly, I'd rather use that time just to try and improve on the game in general than to, you know, try and mess around with the settings and, you know, instead of worrying about the settings, I'd rather put that into track time and be as fast on track as possible. But I don't buy that, mate, personally. Hello, Andy. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. What do I do in my VR then, in terms of superstition? Good question, mate. I don't use VR. I cannot help it. I wonder if you can actually change the cockpit camera with VR. I don't know if you can. I would imagine like that's a massively lift there. I don't know if that has cost me the race, unfortunately, but I would like to move on from this race if possible. We are braking for this corner for some reason, even though it's easily flat. I agree with that, Doc, exactly. I don't notice any difference anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it. If people tell you it's faster, ignore them. I think, actually I won't mention it, because they might not want me to mention it, but certain people do that, and they think it's quicker to do it. I don't personally think it is quicker to do it though. So I wouldn't worry too much about it personally, guys. Let me see this. I think GTWS for GT1 should be cockpit, in my honest opinion, with heavy damage. Please no for cockpit. Please no. There's other games that does cockpit fuse. Keep that for those games. This game should not limit you to cockpit camera. Heavy damage, I can argue for though. But first, before they do heavy damage, in my opinion, they need to sort of have contact physics. With contact physics, basically, if you bump the car ahead of them, they go flying into the car ahead of them, especially in top split races where it's so closely compact, just because everyone's so similar in pace, and with the switching settings as well. You cannot have heavy damage in those races without sorting out the contact physics, because that way everyone's just going to get damaged. And basically it'd be a lottery on who wins, which is not a fair way to decide who should qualify for GTWS and that. But if they were to sort out the contact physics and that, I would be happy to try out heavy damage in the next exhibition season. And that way, me and other drivers can test out if the heavy damage would work in those races. I would be totally happy to give it a go. Totally happy. If you're in cockpit of a Group 3, Group 4 Huracan, you have no mercy. Yeah, I know. The cockpit camera isn't great in this game, to be honest. Yes, they look amazing, aesthetics-wise, but in terms of actual performance, it's not good. I don't think I'm going to win this race, guys. I'm going to have to go above 400. It's impossible. Suggested 400 pp is ridiculous. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't win this race with 400 pp unless you were to tune cars. But I'm not tuning cars because I don't tune cars. That's ridiculous. Right, I'm just gonna do this now. I'll just go Stratos. Sammy Snake just interviewed Gilles and he said that data time stayed there for 20 seconds. Sounds too long, right? That sounds about right to me, to be honest. I do agree with that, actually. I've not seen that video yet, actually, but Especially in the, I think it depends. I think in rain races, they actually last longer because they're going slower, and it just takes longer to clear off the dirt off the tyres in wet races. I find in wet races, to me, it feels like it lasts twice as long to get rid of the dirtiness of the tyres compared to a dry track. But obviously that's because you're going a lot quicker on a dry track compared to a wet track. They should reduce it now. I don't know. I don't know how realistic it is. So I can't really give you an answer on that. I can't, because I don't really know what it would be like in real life. So I can't really give you an answer on if they should change it now. Because at the end of the day, I think what Felicity wants to do is what they want to try and make it as realistic as possible. So if it's realistic, they probably won't change it. I don't know if it's realistic or not, since, well, I don't drive race cars. But they should maybe change it a bit. I do think it's slightly over-exaggerated, but I'm not qualified enough to say if it is over-exaggerated or not. I don't drive race cars or anything, so I can't say how long a dirty tyres would last in a racing car in real life compared to how it would in a racing game such as this. So I'm not going to comment on that because I don't have enough experience to give you a good answer for that question. Lift off overseas is solved with picnic. Problem in chair, not in car. That's so funny. Honestly, yeah, with the cockpit settings, honestly, that could be alright, but I don't notice a difference, so I wouldn't worry about it. Let's try actually win this race now. This car should be more than fast enough to win this race. And plus, since it's got proper headlights, it is quicker. That is confirmed. What wheel you got? I don't have a wheel. I've got a DualSense 5 controller. That is all I use. I've never had a wheel. I've only used controller. This car is extremely oversteering. Spoke a bit earlier. What's your gears and controllers? I use X to upshift and square to downshift. So they're kind of default. I kind of use default setup. I changed buttons, a few buttons to change brake bounces and that. Middle of a corner, etc. And when I can, to be honest, it's more for fuel races, which is why I changed this once. I like to be on fuel map 1 for acceleration, and when I get towards the end of the race, I like to be on fuel map 6. In some corners, out of the corner exit, I may want to use a slightly higher fuel mixture as well, just to minimise the power go through the wheels / tyres, just to reduce the oversteer and maybe out of some corners. But yeah, other than that, I use kind of basic button layout and everything. Ever tried the drift feature in GT7? GT7, no. Except the for missions, I've done the drift missions. GT Sport, I did a couple of drift drifting for fun. One of my escapes picture on that game was from a drifting session. So the Memia RX-7, which is my profile picture car, is notorious for drifting and also being a good track-based car. But I used that in one of the drift trials to get escape photos for GT Sport in the past. can drifts ever be optimal on you can definitely optimize drifting. In racing, I think it depends on the car. I think in some cars it may be quicker to drift. So like rally cars, for example, so like the Grid B cars, especially in the circuit corners, you can play around with the torque. Basically you can decide how much power you want to go to your front and rear wheels. You can play around with the torque distribution. That's a little distribution. In that way, especially in slow speed corners, you might want to put a bit more power to the rear wheel to basically drift out the slow speed corners and get more rotation in those corners, and just so that you have a better angle out the corners so you can pick up the throttle earlier. So I think in some cases, very rare cases, drifting in some corners may be faster than doing the conventional racing line. But one, it depends on the corner, and two, it depends on the car, and three, it depends on the car settings, and four, it depends if there's tyre around that. You don't want to overheat tyres. Overheated tyres will always be slower than optimal tyre temps, always. And yes, got max power is probably one of the best in terms of, you know, doing 360 stunts and that. I can do it as well, but nowhere near as good as him. I can do 360s, but I very rarely do 360s and crash in general, so you don't see it from me. But I can do it, just not as good as max power. That guy is on another level when it comes to stuff like that. Probably because he's got good experience with it. But yeah, got max power. It's the absolute goat for when it comes to stuff like that. But as you can see for rewards, it is 5 rear fence is a car this week. So not useful for me because I've got every car. In fact, no rewards in general is useful for me. Got max power on control? Yes, he is on controller. Yes, he is. Another fellow controller player. Since it's Group 3, I'm not going to go in an upgraded Ford. I mean, I could if I wanted. I'm just going to go in the Evo, which is stock, just because I really like the Evo. Should be winnable. So in this case, it's probably quicker to drift. You've ever raced Max? I have raced Max. I do have more DR than him though, so I don't see him in GTWS races and that. And we don't tend to race at the same time. We live in the same time zone on that. We both live in the UK and that, but he tends to race more in the morning. I tend to race more in the evenings. Just because I prefer to race later on in the day. Oh. It's going to be hard to overtake the AI here. Especially if they're crashing into barriers. Come on, lads. What AI doesn't crash? So here's probably quicker to drift. So you'll probably see me press the handbrake a bit. Alright, I might have to upgrade this car actually. Who remembers when they did this race as a GTWS combo? That's probably the only time I won a top split race in this game. Or one of the only times anyway. I don't know if I have other than that in GT7 anyway. Not that I remember. Right, the AI just crashed. I'll move this in too much, I'm going to go 50-50. This car feels so weird on the asphalt though. It just wants to slide as soon as you turn. You have to be so careful on the steering. They're just crashing. The tarmac and tarmac turbo combo, yeah, I know. I said some dirt on this track here. But yeah, it feels terrible. Probably because the tyres, well yeah, I mean, dirt tyres are not made for asphalt, but probably because they would also overheat like crazy. So you're obviously going faster on asphalt than you are on the dirt, and it's probably hotter surface as well. Oh, touched the inside barrier there. Well, the outside barrier, I should say. Go to cockpit chase cabin and you can see what the tyres are saying while I'm turning. Look, they're smoking. Terrible last corner. It's okay now to get a podium in this race yesterday. Well, yeah, it's completely different to how you would drive normally. So yeah, for some people, that'd be extremely more difficult to do. I don't know how I got a track limit pen there, but yeah, it requires a very different type of driving. So yeah, if it takes you longer to do this race, don't feel ashamed, because you're probably not used to how to drive this whole combo. And plus, yeah, the gap I have, I do believe my car is actually upgraded, because if you saw the early laps, I just accelerated so much quicker than the upper cars. But I would still smoke this competition, because the AI are slow, but that's one reason why I'm so far ahead. Is there even a penalty line in this track? Oh yeah, there's a penalty line there, I've just seen it. Probably get a pen for that, even though I've got wheels inside the truck. Right, that's not a penalty. I don't know how the first one was a penalty. It must have gone all over the grass. I thought about getting a wheel. Tough to answer. Thought about it? Of course I have. Actually, like, thinking about getting it? No. When I say having thoughts about it, of course I've been thinking about like what it'd be like to get a wheel on that, but I've never like considered getting one because I want to, at least not now, because what I want to do is, since everyone else you watch will be a wheel player, I like to show people that stuff is possible to do on a controller, and also just for my own sake, I would like to maximize my controller pace, like absolutely maximize my controller pace before I even consider getting a wheel. I want to also try and qualify for a GTWS event from EMEA with a controller, which is nearly impossible to do. I want to try and make that happen. That is the aim for me. If I was to try and do it anyway. I'm not saying I'm going to try and qualify, but I want to try. What's my drive rate? I'm A+. I've got, I believe, about 92 KDR. Gilles, do you load your replays on Coach Dave Dale? No, I don't. What I do is I usually just save my when I get top 10s, I'll save my replays so that you can see my replays in game, and you can also use my data logger as well. So yeah, every time I get top 10, you'll see every time I get into a top 10, I will have a replay of my lap shown, because I don't like to hide replays. I like to try help everyone. So you'll never see me try hide replays from anyone. This race is going to be very boring, so I'm going to try get over and done this race ASAP. Very I love this track as well. I absolutely love this track. They should use it more. The only problem with this track is the last chicane. It is one of the worst corners on this game, especially on a controller. Probably see more hidden replays with data logger, 100%. Because the top players don't want to see and compare what they're doing to you and whether they're gaining time in that. They want to try and hide everything. So that way they know what they're doing and they want to try hide that from everyone else, just so they have an upper advantage compared to you. You get first place without a real somehow. Thank you so much, Gary. Welcome by the way, buddy. I genuinely enjoy playing this game on the controller. So for me, that's why I'm not even considering getting a wheel, because I enjoy playing as I am now, and I want to try and maximise my pace on this controller. You do always say they can teach me, so they tend to do it as well. Great people. The people I share, have you noticed, by the way, the people that tend to share replays also tend to be the more cleaner drivers, because they tend to play this game more for fun than to actually try and get world records and that. I'm not saying if you're trying to hide your replays, you're not clean enough. I totally get why people hide replays. If I was to try get world records on that, I'd probably also do the same thing. I just know I'm not really a world record player. I like to try and get top 10s on that, but I never get world records. So I might as well share my replay just so that it gives you guys a good reference on what to do. So I'll always share my replay, unless I get to a stage of the game where I am constantly fighting for world records and that, which I just don't see that happening, because I don't put enough time and effort into time trials to do that in the first place. Like with the lap time challenge videos, yes, I will try and grind to get the first place in time to record a video and say that I got first place and professional world record. But by the end of the event, I will usually finish around the top 20 area. Sometimes I'll finish top 10, but on average, I'll finish around 15th to 20th area. In fact, for the S-Space F1 time trial that just ended earlier today, I finished 25th. And at some point, I was third place in that event with a good lap time, but I still finished a good 5-6 tenths behind others. The thing about having replays, there's always someone better off. I can't read the rest of the comments. I can't really read comments on them, but yeah. Like I said, I understand why people hide replays. I see legends. Let me just quickly read chat. I totally get why people hide replays. Oh, Humble, thank you so much for Canadian $10. Cheers and best wishes, good luck and have fun, but you don't need luck with your driving skills. Thank you so much. Honestly, you do need a bit of luck, but I'd say 90% of it is skill, but you do still need some luck for sure, because you need to be lucky with the people you're racing with. You need lucky with like some certain car combos that come up, because some will suit you, some will suit others, some will suit the controller more, some will suit the wheel more, some will just suit your driving standard more than other driving. I say it's driving standard. I should say driving. What's the right word? Driving. Oh my goodness, why can't I think of a word? Driving style, driving not the word I was looking for. It starts with A. Driving. You know the word I'm trying to think of. It just. Some cars and trucks suits specific driving more than others. So for me, I tend to be more of a smooth driver. So I tend to suit trucks which goes from one corner to another at quite a short time, because that's how you can save your tyres and that better through faster corners. So I tend to be better with faster throwing through corners. But thank you so much for the donation, Humble. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Shout out to you. Big shout out to you, actually. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. And best wishes to you as well. But you do definitely need some luck with a thing or two. But yeah, most of it is definitely skill. If you've got skill, you can compete at everything. With a bit of luck on top of that, you can win some important stuff out. So you definitely, in some regards, you need a little bit of luck, but definitely needs skill first off. I agree with you there. I do need to change my gearing in this car. Dear me. Oh, what? Okay. I don't know where I got a penalty from. I must have just gone off the curb whilst passing Fraga. I didn't think I cut that at all. That is rough. Well, it's made it more interesting. Oh, I turned too late there. Racing Stewart's having a shocker. Well, mate, if I left the truck, I left the truck. I just didn't think I did, but I must have. As I went past the car again. Maybe I killed the first bit a bit too much as well. That's definitely a possibility. In fact, some of my penalty went down in the braking zone there. Well, the penalty does not look like it's going to make much of a difference, to be honest, guys. Because the AI just takes the corners so slowly. Even though we have no top end gear, we can only go to 105 miles an hour, I think. It's still more than enough of a gap to make through the corners to stay ahead even with a big penalty. I didn't know this track as well, to be fair. Even though it doesn't come up much in the sport mode races, in GT Sport it did come up a bit, and I love this track on GT Sport, so I kind of know what I'm doing already. Yeah, so the fact I didn't get a track limit penalty, slowdowns back, you do see in some offline races. Well, I say offline, I think it's online, but outside sport mode races, there is some slowdowns without the penalty zone thing. But it doesn't come up often. But it's still a thing. And honestly, I think they should go back to that with the way people are abusing the penalty zones. I think that is a better system. In my opinion, what I'll do is I would... Basically, if you remember GT Sport, before the penalty zones, they had track limit penalties, and people would take the penalties at the end of a race. by just stopping at the finishing line, and since you can remove more than 1 second of the penalty within a second, you basically just wait at the end of the race to basically stop at the finishing line, let the penalty counter go down, and then you'd go across the line. It was quicker to do that than just to finish the race and taking a penalty. You do it at the end of the race as well, because you wouldn't have to accelerate back up to speed since you're going across the finishing line anyway. So I think they should go back to that system. However, I would say instead of taking a penalty at the end of the race, it should just add to the pit stops and the race finishing time. So, for example, if you got a 3-second penalty before your first pit stop, you would have to wait in the pits for 3 seconds before you could change tyres or put fuel in or anything. I think they should go that approach, because you can't abuse that. You can't abuse that system. You might pit a lap earlier or a lap later if you were to get a penalty, but that's not abusing the system. That's just changing the strat. Thanks to you getting a penalty early in the race. I think they should go to that system instead of being able to get on the penalty zone, then the game slow you down. But while the game is slowing you down, you can leave or go on the grass. And since you're braking on the grass, you're not slowing down as much, so you're not losing as much time with the penalty. And since you're also weaving, you're also not losing as much time. Since you are braking and turning, you're not slowing down as effectively as braking in a straight line, for example. It should totally get rid of the penalty zones and just go back to the GT Sport penalty system, but instead of slowing down at the end of the races, it should just add to the pit stops and the race finishing time. But as you can see, I went to the ECU section of this car quicker because this is my first time driving this car, and I noticed as long as you got 4k RPM or 5k-ish RPM, as long as you got 5k RPM, that is more than enough power to pick up the speed. Probably since it's a hybrid, it's got a lot of power in the early revs, so this is an easy short shifter. We'll see how this car drives. I might need to change tyres though. This is also my first time I've ever driven on this track. This is my first time driving straight into a curve. I've never driven this track. So we'll see how quickly I can get up to pace on this track. I have seen people drive it though, of course, but it's my first time personally driving. This car has amazing brakes. It has a battery, yeah, it's a hybrid. So it uses its kinetic energy on its battery to basically go accelerate quicker. And it probably regenerates under braking. Let me see if it regenerates under braking. As you can see, the green arrows there when I brake. That's basically telling me that it regenerates under braking. So it can you use the battery when you put the throttle down, but you also regain it back when you're braking. I can imagine the AI takes the last chicane really slowly. So that's probably when we can gain time to the AI here. I think this is a slight short shifter as well. Wow, this has 8 gears. Oh, sorry. Sorry, AI. I'm going to do 50% shifts in this car, I think. This car has amazing brakes as I go too deep. But we will ignore that. I'm going to concentrate a bit here because I kind of want to learn this track a bit, to be honest. Oops, indeed. I'm having to counter-steer this car a lot. As you'll see in chase cam, you'll see what I'm needing to do in my steering. Let's not brake that late. I'm actually going to restart. But yeah, if you watch what I'm doing in chase cam, you can see how much I'm needing to counter steer in this car. This car's just, you could have bought better tyres. I probably have bought tyres in this car. It's just, I want to try make this race some sort of a challenge. And plus, I kind of prefer the sports car tyres in general. I just find it more enjoyable having to try control the car more. That's just, I prefer harder tyres compared to the soft side because you're having to be more in control of the car because you don't have as much traction or braking capabilities or turning capabilities. You're having to control the car more, and that's how I enjoy playing this game. But just watch your counter steer out of the front. Like, it's so oversteering. But let's let me read this comment quickly. That's actually a very realistic experience of the 296. That's why I don't like it. Yeah, it probably is very realistic. This car actually does not have bad brakes. It may look like I'm making it look like it's got bad brakes. But that's just how quick this car is on the straights. It's so quick. I'm just not used to it. I turned a bit earlier. Probably exit third here. Yo, Costas! You're at work, mate. Oh my days. It's like midnight here. Well, I hope you're having a good night shift. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining in. I'll try and make it entertaining for the next 5 minutes for you. Although I'm just doing the weekly races now. I did first 3 races of Powerpack, and now I'm doing the weekly races. Good night, Calster. Everyone, it's 1 past midnight here in Saudi, and do you all know yesterday it snowed here in the middle of a desert? It snowed in Saudi Arabia! I didn't even know it could snow in Saudi Arabia. That's crazy. Well, I hope you enjoyed the snow. It's probably the only time you'll ever see snow in that country. I didn't even know it could snow in that. I didn't even know it could snow in the Middle East. So that's crazy. So I hope you enjoyed that weather, and have a good night. Thank you for joining in. People are already out for Christmas in Greece. Yeah, I think people are still working on that. I think we're finishing tomorrow. Some people are. I mean, I'm not, but I know schools are not finishing tomorrow. So that's nice to see. It snowed in Tasmania the other day. Yeah, it's hot in Tasmania as well. I know that. But I'm not surprised it can snow there because it is quite far south. Hello, customers. Carlson's telling us he charges all A+ drivers to one-on-one neck. No, not at all. Never said that. Oh, please stop. Right, I probably need to get a bit more front on a bias because when I'm releasing the brakes, it's oversteering, so I need to go a bit more to the front. I might need to go sports mediums to actually win this race as well. Max might have been right. Castle 1v1 COD, yeah, on COD I might 1v1, but not Gran Turismo. On COD I might do it. Actually feels really nice, this track. I really like it, but it's probably not great for racing, I would imagine, because it's not a lot of heavy braking zones. Mate, I'm on the inside. I'm gonna come back in an hour or so, see you later if you're here. I'm not sure if I'll be here in an hour. I don't think I'll be here in an hour, but I'll see you later, Costas. I will stream you at some point in the weekend though, so I'll see you in the weekend. Thank you for joining me. Have a good rest of your work shift. I'll see you later, mate. ball penalties on can be problematic. It's a perfect track for F1. For F1, I think it's a really good track, especially with weather. Since it's in Canada, Montreal, it can rain a lot there. But for some reason, Pirelli didn't add dynamic weather on this track, which is an absolute missed opportunity. I don't know why they would not include dynamic weather on this track. They've missed a trick with that one. So I can imagine this track would be really good in the rain. It's not just the braking system, several corners are tricky getting on the power. Yeah, for sure. Since there's a lot of slow speed corners and a lot of corners, you're having to go on the throttle while still turning, since there's quite long corners in general as well. It's probably not good for racing, but with time trial, I can imagine it being really fun. And it's a low speed BOP, which we don't use very often, so we won't know what cars will be good on this track. So we don't know what good cars are like on the low speed BOP, just because we don't use it enough. The only track we really use it on is Brands Hatch and Laguna. And I don't really drive on those tracks. I don't really know what the cars are like on those tracks. So that could be interesting when a daily combo of this track comes up, which I will mention very quickly, by the way. We do know for next week's daily combos, next few weeks anyway, probably because it's Christmas area, and originally I'm probably going to stop like fully working for next few weeks, just to have time off for Christmas and that. So we know what the daily sees for next week. Well, I don't know if it's in the correct order, but we know 1 week is Red Bull Ring, with racing soft and mediums. We know 1 week is what was it? Grand Valley Reverse. And we know 1 week is one of the Tokyo layouts. I think South Counterclockwise it's called. I don't remember what it's called. You'll know more than me. Max will probably know. I wouldn't be surprised. Let me know. I will try to stream all of them, but if it's Group 4, honestly, you won't see me doing them, just because I hate Group 4. But if it's any other groups or cars, you'll probably see me streaming them. So stay tuned. Have a good night, Amigo. Pillow's calling. Thanks for the stream and fun. Thank you for joining in, Amigo. Hopefully I'll see you on the weekend, and have a good night. Sleep tight. Take care. Thank you, mate. I'm going to be doing this race and one more race to end the stream. But it's been good fun tonight, guys, so thank you. Alright, so this car does not like an aggressive downshift. It needs to be very slow on the downshift. And it also likes a very high gear exit. My first time on this track, it's really fun. I don't know what my track limits is really like in this track either, because I've not done it. So I don't know if I'm actually cutting more than I can get away with usually. I want to try keep it close to the track limits. I would be doing in sport mode, just so I can, in case the combo comes up, then I know what I'm doing, or have a good idea of what I'm doing. Likely Tokyo East Clockwise, as that's the one with the long straight. No, it's not that one, it's the one with the docks. Whatever the one with the docks is called, I'm pretty sure it's that Tokyo we're using. Probably similar to the GTWS in Asia we had earlier in the year. I would imagine it's a copy paste of that from earlier in the year, like June time or whenever it was. Of the London event, I should say London. Whether the manufacturer race was in London, it'll be that one. I would imagine. I'm probably very similar settings. So yeah. Let's do the last race, which is at Circuit to Villeneuve again. But we are in the Super Formula car this time. And as you can see, 18 times tyre wear with times 6 fuel. To be fair, even though it's 18 times tyre wear, if you look at the track, 90% of this track is slow speed corners. So the tyre wear is probably still not going to be as bad as you would think. I am still going to be probably going on. I might try mediums and try to do 7 laps first stint and 8 laps second stint. I don't know if it's possible in Super Formulas though, but we'll give it a go. If we could only do 5 laps on mediums, we'll just do 10 laps hards. It's not a big deal. I'll try win it first attempt, but I probably won't be good here. Plus 5 breakdowns straight away. Let's look at the fuel. Definitely need to save fuel. And the control is not good on this car either, so... This is easy part. Try to save tyres as much as possible. Must well use fuel actually, so we're going to need to refuel anyway. Well no, we're going to need to change tyres I should say. I don't really know what I'm doing. But hopefully we can win, that's all that matters. I knew the AI would take that corner so slowly. Nothing I can do about that, man. Like, they're just braking so early. Can I make a one-stop work? No, nah, I have to pay it. I sure have to pay it. So let's just run last. Maybe on hard tyres you can make a no-stop work. Oh, that's not ideal. Right, I think we can win this race. Let's need to lock in a bit and learn. Yeah, we're rude. What's up, mate? How you doing? Hope you're well, bro. We were just doing our last weekly race for this week. I did a few Powerpack races at the start of the stream, but I don't want to overdo it. I want to make it last a while, so that's why I did 3 races today. I'm going to probably do like 4 or 4 races on average on stream when I do Powerpack. I probably won't touch it much in the next coming weeks as well, the daily combos are good. But I will touch it again this weekend, just because I've got nothing else to do. And plus then we can talk about the GTWS race in the World Tour as well. That'll be fun to watch. I won't be able to watch it live, I don't think, though, unfortunately, but I can watch it before I stream and then we can have a conversation about it, etc. But it's nice to see you join us today, Villeneuve. It's nice to see you in here. It's been a while, my friend. I'm going to use the overtake. I'm going to use the overtake once I'm in cleaner. I will use it though. I'm just not using it yet because I'm also learning the braking system. I don't really know when I'm braking yet. I don't want to use that overtake button and go too deep in the corners. It would be extra power. But I will use it at some point, sure. It's like here, I'll use it just to get past Valeria, for example. I'm still learning the track though. As you can see, you don't want to be doing that. Right, we don't want to overcook our rear tyres, or overheat them I should say. A bit too much wheel spin. But hello Otisu, or however I pronounce your name, sorry if I mispronounced it. I'm not really good with name pronunciations, unfortunately. But I hope you're well. Try and make it 8 laps first didn't work. It's a bit oversteering now there, so we've got to be a little bit more careful. Uh-oh, it's a bit deep. I don't know about the AI brakes for the left-hander for this hairpin now. Should be able to make 8 laps last, no problem. If we don't crash. I'll use it, don't worry guys, don't worry. I used a bit then. Honestly, don't worry about it. I'm going to save it for faster stops as well. At the end of the race. I will catch Killian up unless he doesn't pit. And then if he doesn't pit, then I'll just have to restart and go on hard tires. But I don't know what the strat is. I don't know if you can make that an RT thing. In fact, they shouldn't make up fuel anyway, you have to refuel, I think. And I want to try do 8 laps first in. If I use the overtake, I might hurt my rear tyres more, so that's another reason I won't use it too much there. I'll use it in the second spin a lot more there, because I'll only need to do 7 laps on the meet, and then that way I won't have to worry as much about the tyres. Yeah, but chicane I gain a lot of time. If I don't crash like that. It's very hard to do a chicane though, and I'm still learning the chart. Anyway, if I don't win, it's just another race for you guys to watch, because I'll just do it again. It doesn't matter if I don't win. Yeah, Poets Corner. Welcome in, buddy. I hope you're well. Hello to you. Thank you for joining. Car's very wheel spinny now with his 1 softs. Oh, not softs, medium, sorry. It's a bit of a take to get a car length ahead of Coque from this corner. Oh, by the way guys, if you've not noticed, yes, I got the donation sub, but I don't have memberships yet. The reason I don't have that sub yet is because I don't really know what I want to do with memberships. What I was thinking is with memberships, I would kind of do what teaching does in a way, in making a guide for daily A, B and C of the week. But the thing is, I would have to be very motivated to do that, for one, and two, it will take a lot of time because I don't want to just do a lap for daily A, B and C. I want to try to get a top 10 lap in each one at least, and a good lap at that. Just so you can easily find my name, data log my lap, and you know, easily find my name and that, just so you can easily see my replay of the lap, etc. So if you've got any recommendations on what I should do for memberships, then let me know. But what I was thinking is do a weekly race guide quickly, or a quick one. So what I'd be doing is, all I'd be doing is a time trial lap of daily A, B and C in what I think would be the best car for those days. Maybe I get C, I'll probably do daily better. I might not do it for C actually, it depends if I would be streaming daily C. But I was thinking for memberships, I would make a guide for daily A and B. Just a rough one, just so you can have a rough braking references and that for each tracking combo for the daily for the week. So on C, I'd probably, yeah, that's what I was thinking, Doc. So I was thinking, because all I do is daily C, so I was thinking for daily C, I would usually do a weekly race guide for race C, depending on the combo, and I'd probably stream it. So what I was thinking for memberships was to do a lap guide for A and B in one video very quickly. Since it shouldn't take me too long to get a competitive lap for daily A and B. So I was thinking to do members videos on a Monday for daily A and B. If I have the time to do them, of course. Just to do a quick, like I would do for a lap time challenge video, I'll just do it for daily A and B instead. Get that up for Mondays, try get it through up halfway through the day. But the thing is, I wouldn't know if I'd be consistent doing that, because to me, if I don't feel like doing something, I probably wouldn't do it. So it's something to think about, of course. So I might do that. But if you've got any suggestions, then let me know, of course. I wouldn't suggest a race guide to membership. Too many free guides out there. Yeah, well, look how's the day. If you think it is to stream and have fun for now after cracking subs to the side. Yeah, I'm not gonna overthink it, don't worry. But I would like to. I might just get memberships out there now. Just if you want to support me and be a member, then sure. But I'm not gonna like do bonus content for members at the moment. But I am thinking of doing a daily A track guide quickly for members only, because I don't want to put much time and effort to do daily A and B, to be honest. I just don't enjoy doing them full stop. So I might do that for members only, and then I'll still be doing like the race C guides for the races I do. And I'll still stream race C's and that. But it's something to consider, because I would like to show myself, I would like to, you know, thank the people that support me. If I remember, it's because I want to, not because it has a paywall content. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, okay. I'll set it up just for members for now, but we'll see. We can always go down that road one day, though. But it would just be a way of saying thank you for the support. But I could always just, you know, give out. I could always just have memberships, and you guys, you know, you guys don't have to I don't have to make contact from members only. It's just you guys would get a cool, you know, green name. Yeah, it's something to think about though. We'll support you, Colster, when I can more. Thank you so much, mate. Honestly, all you can do to support me is just watch. As long as I get some views at the end of the day, then I know I've done a good job. Or, well, not necessarily done a good job, but I know that what I'm doing is worth it. Because it could help someone out there. And if I can help one person, then that is enough for me. Anyway, we need to catch up to kill him in case he doesn't hit. If he doesn't hit, I'll have to run hard. Hopefully we can catch him if he is on one hard. I'll actually use a bit of overtaking now as well. But thanks for that, guys. It's good to know. Okay, that's too late. Yeah, that's true, Diggle. That stream does help, so I do appreciate likes and subs and that, of course. Thank you so much for doing that. But I suppose the most important thing you guys can do is just to watch stuff on my channel. You don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe or anything. You have to help. But the most helpful thing is just watch. As long as you're watching, then that gets more recommendations than that. But of course, I'm not going to force any of you to do that. At the end of the day, I'm just posting for fun. It's free content. If you want to watch it, feel free to. If you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. But it's greatly appreciated. Of course, it is. And I will always try my best to make it as entertaining as possible and to be as helpful as possible as well. This is not very helpful, else I'm not driving very well at the moment. I do hope Clean does have the fit. I don't think they'll make them fuel if the fuel take a lot there. Yeah, sure, Nom, yeah. I wouldn't ever be robotic, don't worry. I would not, I just wouldn't enjoy doing that. I want to be authentic, I want to be real at the end of the day. So if you're not real, then how are you supposed to enjoy doing what you're doing in the first place? If you're not doing it for fun, what's the point of making content, etc.? I'll always keep it fun, I'll always keep it authentic, I'll always keep it real. You don't have to worry about that. Hopefully I can improve on it in the future, but with the limited editing skills I have and that, and the limited resources I have, but as long as you enjoy watching it, then that's all that matters at the end of the day. Oh, it does have to pay, well that's perfect. I'm really bad in last chicane, really bad. I'll read the rest of comments after this though, so yeah, it should only be 4 minutes or so. Right, you can't use too much up here, that's good to know. turning the price. Get a stream schedule out there. Yeah, I know that's important. Alright, what I'll say is, I think what you'll see is, it obviously depends on the daily races that come out, but I would like to stream Monday, probably Monday afternoon / evening, probably Tuesday evening, Thursday evening, or Thursday morning and Thursday evening potentially. It depends on the lap time challenges and that there. In fact, I probably wouldn't stream the lap time challenges because I don't want to post 3 YouTube content in a single day, because that's sort of I want to limit to 2 pieces of content a day. But what I'm thinking is, Monday, I'll probably make a video for DEC lap guide and stream in the evening and that. Tuesday, I'll probably stream midday to evening as well. Obviously, it depends what I'm doing in real life though. I can't always stream on those days. It depends what I'm doing at the end of the day, but I'd like to try to stream on those days. Wednesday, I probably won't do. I might stream on a Wednesday. That's okay. It depends on the race. So the race is longer, I probably won't be doing much. There won't be much more. Thursdays, of course, that's time challenges days, and I'll probably stream on Thursday evenings as well. Friday evening I'll probably stream, Saturday evening, it depends if GTWS is out as well for Saturdays. I'll stream whenever I feel like though. But basically all you need to do is, when I'm doing races and daily races, I'll probably stream them. Because I might as well stream them. I might not necessarily be talking a lot while racing in daily races, but I can at least, show you my driving and that, and I can try chat a bit with the chat. But there's no promises. Yeah, I know, don't worry mate, don't worry. I know what burnout's like, and that's without streaming. I've been burned out on TV before. I won't over it, don't worry about it. I'll stream when I want to, that's basically all you need to do. I'll stream when I want to. I know what burnout's like, and I've had it in the past, so you don't need to worry about that. Dear me, I wanted to oversteer so much. Don't worry about me getting burnt out though guys, you don't need to worry about that. I'm only doing it for fun, I'm not going to overdo it. And there we go, that's the last race. Let me quickly chat up. First and first, if you don't create anybody content, create what I think I'll appreciate it to your community, and you'll keep going and seeing more process. I'm 100% the preacher, and I agree with you, and that is what I'm going to be aiming to do. So thank you so much for that. You guys already do things other guys don't, like where to shift the gears and the logic behind it. Those little details matter, of course. Because, yes, it's good me showing you what I'm doing in that, but in my opinion, it's more important to show you how I'm achieving those and things to think about. So yeah, I will carry on with guides on how I look at stuff. In that way, hopefully you can use that to go forward in that and learn on more combos and how to pick up pace in that. When you truly get started, Calsto, get a stream schedule out there, champ. You're doing good. Yeah, I've just discussed that. That's probably more futuristic thing. Don't have to do it, but not gonna happen, of course. I'm stockpiling, so when I'm categorically wrong, I don't get tired and feathered. Yeah, of course. Don't worry about it. Go steady, you'll make better decisions. Of course, of course. Thank you so much, guys. But without further ado, that is where I'm going to end the stream today. So thanks for joining in. To whoever's in now, whoever's watching later, whoever's joined in at any point, thanks for all the donations. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Is there a way? Okay, I can see the donation. So I want to say thanks to Depot 79, thanks to YouTube viewer, thanks to Andy, thanks to David Francis, thanks to Nikki, thanks to Arkies, thanks to Amigo, thanks to Dingle, and thanks to Humble, all for donating today. It is greatly appreciated. You don't have to donate, guys, but I thank you for donating, and I thank you for your support. Great stream. Carlstone, thanks to everyone who tuned in and joined the chat. Good night, you all. Yeah, good night, everyone. Thank you for joining. Like I said, have a great night, Andy. Thank you. Take care of yourself. Take care as well, Depot. Thank you for joining in. Have a good night, mate. Take care to you as well, Andy. Have a good night. And hello, Bailey. It's a shame I'm going now, but thank you. And I will stream on Saturday afternoon/evening. I promise I will stream. I'll do some Powerpack gameplay then. And hopefully I can talk a bit about the GTWS World Tour. I will watch the races. I won't be able to watch the Manu live, I don't think, but I may be able to watch the Nations live, and I'll catch up with the Manu. That will probably take quite a while because there's 4 races, I believe, for Manu. But hopefully I can catch up with those before I stream. But without further ado, I'm going to go, guys. I'm going to leave you a link to my latest lap time challenge video. If you want any guidance with the new lap time challenge, I will leave a link to that in the chat now. But if you're heading off, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on Saturday, hopefully, guys. See you later, and goodbye.